And the red lights go off. We're 10 seconds away from the first ever Women's T20 League final, and it's going to be contested between Delhi and Mumbai. And some would say the two best teams playing the final right now. My name's Avnish Hegde. We're going to be with you all for the next 4 hours or so in this watch-along, and buckle in because Shafali Verma is taking guard to Nat Siva by the looks of things. Beg your pardon, Meg Lanning, correction. On that note, let's of course introduce you to, of course, familiar faces throughout the season and the watch-alongs. Vaishali, first and foremost, and Bishan. Bish, I'll come to you about Delhi. Let's talk about Mumbai first. I nearly said let's talk about money first, but look, similar things. Jokes apart, though, Vaishali, are you happy from a Mumbai fan perspective that they're bowling first?
Yeah, I think when it's Mumbai and Haventree, you don't have a choice, to be honest.
Yeah.
You because you're going to lose the toss, and then you opposition will decide what you'll do. But then I think in terms of the all-round option Mumbai has, I'm happy whatever they do because they have options in both batting and bowling. And Mag Lenning chose this decision to bat first. I think maybe because she must be thinking that it's a final and the scoreboard pressure will be there and all of it. But I think Mumbai will back themselves after whatever season they had. They were successful in both chasing and defending. So I think it's going to be a cracker of the game, and I'm obviously supporting Mumbai to win this.
Okay, I love it because normally she's been diplomatic in terms of the watch-alongs, but she's putting her team out there in terms of Mumbai. Speaking of the other team, Delhi, I'm guessing, Bish, you're going to be backing Delhi this time around. At least, come on, they need a trophy, right?
I've been backing the men's team in the IPL for years now. Nothing's come of it. So let's hope that the women can make it happen here.
Yeah, I mean, what is going to be the key for them? Because they've chosen to bat first today, which is surprising to many because they think registered just one win batting first in this tournament. Does it surprise you, or do you think what Vaishali
No, it
said?
doesn't surprise me, but it must have been a very tough decision for Delhi.
Correct.
Because not only their own performance when batting first, Mumbai have lost 2 games in this tournament,
Yeah.
both when batting first.
Yeah.
Right. So when chasing, Mumbai have won essentially 4 out of 4 games.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say that in a final, let's give them what they want, let them bat second because that's what they've done well. But it's a tough choice to make because you want to bat first in a final. You want to put the runs on the board regardless of how the opposition is done batting second because this game was different from the 9 games they've played before this.
Yeah.
9, yeah. Delhi played 8. And you have to just bat first in a final. But Mumbai won't be too unhappy with this. When you go in on a 4 out of 4 record,
Yeah.
you won't be too unhappy chasing even if it's a big final because you don't know what losing feels like in this situation.
Yeah, it's food for thought that because Meg Lanning said the best chance that they have to win tonight is to bat first, which kind of really raised a couple of eyebrows, should we say. In terms of team news, just the one change from a Delhi perspective, no Punyam Yadav and Minu Mani comes in terms of a Delhi change. Mumbai unchanged, so they're going with the tried and tested. So they have Nat Siva, who's just bowled a real cracker for first over. One gone. You guys can tune in this watch along with the game. So, of course, any questions you have to ask Bishan, Vaishali, we'll get Nick and Gurkirat on in a bit as well. It'll be fascinating to see. The venue is Brabant. The pitch is having hard sheen to it, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be playing 40 overs of good cricket. It's not going to change drastically, right? And that's what Harmanpreet said as well. How do you think this is going to go? Because obviously, even in the preview, we were talking Mohit and we were talking to the others. It's about Mumbai's bowlers against these two, Lanning and Verma.
Exactly, and I think that is one of the factor Mag Lenning would have considered
Yeah.
while batting first because if they in chasing, if they lose 1 or 2 wickets, Delhi's batting is not that big. So maybe they want to put themselves, give a chance, no scoreboard pressure, put a good score on the board. Because if they lose 1 or 2 wicket, I think there are no means they do not have batting till 6 or 7, and maybe that is one of the factors they've considered included Minu Mani to
Correct.
give that one cushion for the batting. But I was surprised. I wanted, I was expecting that Tara Norris might come in place of Poonam
Absolutely,
Yadav and
that's a
not
good
Minu
shout.
Mani. Because considering Tara,
Oh, 1 second, Vaishali, because there's always action when there's
the
Shafali
first
Verma.
six
And what a shot that is. This is what we genuinely love this game. I mean, men's or women's, especially with Shafali Verma, Bish. I mean, she can just light up a person's day even if they're having a shit day, like I am today.
And
and why so?
I didn't go to that RCB Unbox event, unfortunately, because work, of course, plagues you on the weekends. But yeah, jokes apart, though, what a shot.
Yeah, and that too Easy Wong who took the hat trick. So
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
yeah, so got her confidence down just a little bit.
And
to start the game.
straight away, they've just pushed long on back. I mean, is that the fear that she induces into the oppositions nowadays, Shafali? Ball number 2 of the second over, and she blazes that over. Third man for 4. That is a shot.
Yeah, that was.
the great thing about Shefali is you know that she's going to play one way.
Yeah.
You almost know that the pressure is not going to affect her stroke play. It may
Yeah.
affect her execution. She's not, of course, been in this situation a whole lot of times. I mean, recently she captained us to the under-19 victory, and she's played a few big games, but it's in her young career, and she's not been in this situation many times. But you know she'll play the same way.
She will.
And hopefully she will keep executing as well. That we'll see as it
Talk
as we go
about
along.
execution. That's nearly a Yorker, if not, I mean, converted into some sort of over pitch delivery. And she's carved it over third man, being ballsy enough to know the third man's back. Third ball of the second over.
Oh.
It's a ranked full toss, and she scuffed this, and it's a wicket.
And
Could be a no ball.
It could be a no ball. They're
Yeah,
going to
no
review it. They're going to review it. It's hullabaloo out there. And Izzy Wong, by the looks of things, is coming on top of this battle of the Bobcat so far. It's entertaining in the 8th ball of the final, guys. What's your gut feel, Bish?
I think it's slightly below the waist.
yeah, it's dipping.
Because,
It's dipping.
It wasn't a horizontal bat shot. It looked
No.
like a somewhat vertical bat
Oh
shot
my
and very
God.
hard.
I mean, Meg Lanning has just gone to the umpire saying, surely you guys are going to be taking this upstairs, right? Because, of course,
Lenning was asking, are you taking it upstairs or should we take a review?
I mean, yeah.
Just to see if it is a no ball or
Yeah,
no
either
ball.
way,
Avoid
it's going
wasting one.
upstairs. The Delhi batters out there seem confident. Shefali, not that confident as a captain, but look, we've seen things maybe sway in Mumbai's favour this tournament. You never know if they'll have a hand in this, Bish.
Nice way to put it up, Amish, but that's not how it works.
Okay, come
Oh,
on.
it's dipping,
Please
it's
be
dipping.
over waist. No, it isn't. That's a no ball.
No, that's under.
That's
because
under.
she's slightly down as well. She's not standing up.
Yeah, but that's a case with every batter trying to hit a
I
six,
think they're
right? Like
gonna
they're
take
slightly
that and
crouched.
then it will be dipped down. So, okay, it's a marginal call.
It's
I
a
think.
marginal call, but
And
we've seen
because
marginal
but I
calls.
can't see the on-field call. Actually.
Yeah, I can't see it getting changed. The on-field call was not a no ball.
Oh, is it? But they didn't give out as well.
This is a big, big moment of the game, guys. And Basan
Actually,
Narayan, good
what
to
was
see you in the
on-field
comments.
Call? I'm so excited.
They act, yeah, that's a good question because like the camera was panning all
They
over the
didn't say
place.
no ball. They didn't say out. So the third umpire has to have the conclusive evidence to overturn it.
And to our benefit and Vaishali's, we're watching this on mute. So, of course, we have no idea about the audio if they've already called it. But I'm guessing it might side with Mumbai this. And that could be a big blow. I mean, she just played 2 glorious shots and it just made me think,
So it's
oh my
that
God.
Shefali's way, right? Live by the sword, die by
For
the
sure.
sword.
I mean, we've seen former cricketers take that cliche to the next level in terms of Sehwag and Shaw, hit ball, see ball. But even this one, I mean, she falls under that thing. Is it a no ball?
I think they will.
These trajectories and ball trackings are a little
they'll
bit
give it
devious.
as a no ball, I guess. They'll
I'm
not-
saying they won't give it as a no
I
ball.
think purely from a money-making broadcast
Okay,
perspective.
enough of it, Avnish, enough.
I'm just saying
I
from a
also-
BCCI
I also
perspective, they
think
need to
that-
get this nod out for the final to be like, even like,
Shefali's worn her pants too high. I think, also.
come on, signal a no ball. No, she
It's
doesn't.
out. Okay.
She
She's
doesn't.
worn her pants slightly lower.
I
The
mean,
problem here
I
is-
just wonder if it was a Delhi-Bangalore game and if that was Megan Schutt delivering that ball, it would have been a no ball. It would have been a no ball. Let's make no mistake about that. I mean, all Gujarat games, they had Kim Garth, or if they had anyone else. Sorry, Vaishali, you know it's true. You know
Okay,
it's true.
Avnish, I know that you're upset since RCB is not here.
That is true.
But then, sometimes
That
you
is
have
true.
to trust
Wow.
the decision
Why,
of
she
umpires.
pumped. She's pumped. I mean, they all are.
Yeah, because, 1 or 2 wickets down and then you are.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's honestly shocking that Meg Lanning can't believe it. But Delhi have to, of course, swallow a bit of pill right now in
For
terms of
final if
losing
it is
Shefali
not with
Verma.
controversy.
But look, I mean, right now, would you send Alice Capsey or Jemima?
No, you don't want them to go hammer and tongs at this point
Okay.
because you don't want them to lose 2 early wickets.
Yeah.
Delhi have a batting lineup that only goes up to 5. Number 6 is Jess Jonathan, right?
Yeah.
And now they have Minu Mani playing this game, and they also will have Arundhati
Arundhati
Reddy,
Reddy.
right?
Correct.
So they have some batting, but the major chunk of the batting is in the top
Top
5.
four.
Yeah.
So they really wouldn't want to lose a second early wicket, and they can't therefore afford to go hammer and tongs.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. But that said, I just want to come back to the point about the selection itself. Even though they are a top-heavy batting lineup, you would have still wanted them to take the aggressive route and play Tara Harris
But they sent
Tara
Ellis,
Tara
Norris,
Norris,
yeah.
and not sorry, who did
Minimani.
Ellis Kepsey they sent.
To send
Alice
Capsey.
Capsey.
Yeah.
And it's fine because we've seen Capsey kind of come on
But I
and take
also
this role
feel,
at three.
putting Jemima a bit lower might not be a good position for her as well,
Yeah.
considering this is a big final and they lost wicket in the second over.
I
They should
agree.
have sent Jemima, so she could have taken like 3 or 4 deliveries, settled her down, and then could have hit.
And because it's so early on in the innings, it makes sense. By the way, keep your comments coming through. Greg saying it's going absolutely mental in that South Africa West Indies game as well. Ooh, gone!
Oh, what
Gone!
a
Another full
catch!
toss! Another
Good
precarious
hit.
full
Well
toss!
done, Core.
And
Amachal.
Capsy can't believe it. Bish was one of those balls which just literally dipped on the batter. And Alice Capsy shocked. I'm shocked that Vishali's not silenced her phone for the watch-along, but nevertheless, a wicket.
That's the
I
second
just-
early wicket they couldn't afford to lose.
Is this another no ball
That's
review?
why we were calling Jemima to be in. Yeah.
By the way, did they lose a review or what
No,
was it?
that was umpire's review. Abneesh.
Oh, was it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You were asking about no ball. in
Yeah,
highlight?
the no
Yeah,
ball.
that
So
was-
this one, are they reviewing it?
No, I think this is again umpire just wants to see the final, the catch and not the
Yeah,
no ball thing.
yeah.
This wasn't a no ball for sure.
Yeah, catch. They are saying if it's a fair catch.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if this one. She's also batting outside of a crease. I don't think this will be a no ball.
This
I don't
is
think.
the definitely dipping.
it
If that was
definitely-
not a no
yeah,
ball,
100%.
definitely this is not.
Yeah.
But look, a big blow. Alice Capsy, she's been coming in, doing some fine things in terms of cameos in the last couple of games. She'll have to walk back to the hut right now. And Izzy Wong, who of course picked the first ever hat trick in the Women's T20 League, is on fire. She has a tail up.
Oh, that's out. No
And
surprises.
No
there.
surprises there. Honestly, tell us if you want to know any particular stats as well. We'll dish it out for you. I'll have to scream across this large room to get across to my stats man, but we will do so. By the way, if you guys are wondering why we're doing this right here in the midst of the office, our studio's getting renovated for the men's tournament. So hopefully there will be bigger things to come. Speaking of Jemmy, let's see how she goes about it. Remember, guys, Wong got picked a base price in auction. She has tremendous skills as a T20 bowler. Going on to say
And I
Subodh
think the
Chavan.
credit for that goes to Charlotte.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
head
for sure.
coach of Mumbai.
And
Yes. Haley as well.
Haley as well.
To pick Easy Wong because world has not seen enough of her. International cricket. But then she has worked along with her in the WPL in the domestic matches, and that's the reason she got picked.
True.
And she has surprised everyone. I think no one was expecting that. Also, this over the way it went 6-4 and then 2 wickets. So yeah,
Eventful. It's almost like
Eventful.
book cricket,
Yeah.
like that game that we used to
Yeah.
play as all kids. And
Do you think the
some
next
people
ball she bowls will be a tactical full toss?
That's a
To
good
the
question.
pressure again.
Seems like the wicket taking ball.
She can,
It could be.
kind of write the history to take 2 hat tricks.
Two hat-trick,
That
one
is-
with full tosses
Yeah.
and one with normal balls.
and that too in the final.
That too in the final as well.
Yeah.
Izzy Wong, though, I mean, think she might be creeping up in terms of the purple cap race as well. I know she has her Saika in terms of dealing with that race. I think there's Eccleston, who, of course, not playing anymore.
On
in
that
tournament.
list, Avnish,
Haley.
number 1 is Eccleston,
Yeah.
and 2, 3, 4, 5 are all Mumbai.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Oh
the
my
range.
God.
Yeah, so any one of them could finish as the purple cap holder at the end of the tournament.
Okay, so let's, of course, take this opportunity now to, of course, welcome Crick Crazy Nix, who joins us right now. Nikhil, good to see you, my friend. 12 for 2, 1.5. That's a
Oh.
beautiful shot from.
That's why we wanted Jemima.
That is what we want. We need some sort of counter-attacking brilliance. And I don't know, I'm going to, of course, ask Bish this, but I'll ask Nix this now that he's joined us. In a way that Shefali's kind of gone back to the hut, is it a blessing in disguise that Meg Lanning's still there, Nix? Because you need someone like her to resurrect this innings right now.
Yeah, but it's just clutching to straws. I don't think that shot was on. You've got 2 boundaries. You have to calm down. So you
Yeah.
don't need 30 in an over. So I think that is something that hopefully she learns. She got a good start, full ball hit down the ground, and then she skewed one behind point. So when you're getting those boundaries, it's of course very tempting to go for another one, but it's the risk you take when you have a very thin batting lineup.
Yeah.
And now you've lost 2. I think they sent Capsy because, that's a great shot from Lanning.
That's a great shot. That is a great shot.
So I think when you
Is
have a
that
thinner
Capsy
batting lineup,
because-
I think they sent Capsy because Shefali got it and they wanted someone to take the power play on. So that they still get to 45, 50 kind of a score or even more than that. So I think in that sense, maybe it was a pre-plan that, okay, if you lose Shefali, then you send her. If you lose Lanning, then you send Jamie. So maybe that was the role defining.
No universe in which Shefali was going to take a single off a full toss outside the off stump. It had to be played. That shot had to be played. Had to be executed better.
Execution, yeah,
But,
execution.
But then
the
that is
Oh,
that-
shot.
Shot from-
the margin of error is less under in like when you are playing a final
But Nikhil,
like that.
was it
So
a ball in your
Was it a
opinion?
no ball? Yeah. Do you think it was a no ball?
I felt so, but again, technology, and today is a weird day. A team has scored 250, the other is 80 in 4 overs. Some days you don't get the sport. You just watch and just react to it.
Yeah, I mean,
But what a great display of shots by Meg Lanning. First
too
that
good.
4 and now
Yeah.
it's 6 to long
Which did
on.
you like more, the cut or the flick over mid wicket?
I think this flick I liked it more.
And she's kind of managed to get this for one. So 25 for 2, 2.3. A lot has gone on in the last 15 balls. And of course, you guys can be with us for the next, 225 balls, if my math serves me right, for the entirety of this watch along. There'll be Gurkirat joining us as well. I don't know how his mood will be in terms of Delhi Capitals, or whether he's got his Sikh kebabs in on this Sunday evening. You never know. We'll, of course, find out in a bit. Chachand already going on to second guess saying Gurkirat will be so mad because
No,
they're
I think he
choking.
kind of made his mind already, so he won't be that disappointed.
That is true. I mean, prior to the game, there were a couple of my colleagues saying, "Wouldn't you like it if Harman actually gets the vote over Meg Lanning, at least in this kind of final, right?"
Yeah, definitely.
You know, neither Harman nor Meg Lanning have won a T20 tournament. At
Oh
the,
yeah.
at
Oh,
the
that's a
BPL or
beautiful
the
shot.
100 or
That's a beautiful shot, guys. Sorry, that is just leading into. It was almost like one of those Rahul Dravid 2011 cover drives in
That's what
England.
Jemima can do, and that is the reason I think I was thinking Jemima can be promoted because she won't take that.
But this
risk.
is effortless. This is
That's
not
what I'm
in.
trying to say. The grounded shot, she won't take that risk in the earlier in her innings. So that is the reason I wanted Jemima to be there in place of Alice Capsey, because the heavy lifting or the shots over the boundaries in six and all that Meg Lanning could have done. So
True, and it's a point that Nick's made, right? The fact that maybe Shafali got out, so that's why their tactics to send Capsy in, someone like for like. If Lanning got out, I don't know if Jemima would have come in. Natsu was not happy with Jemmy. Saying, "Come on, Jemmy, be ready." 29 for 2, 2.4, 3 fours so far in this Natsiva Brunt over. Let's see how she finishes in the night. Remember, like Bish said, she's also part of that purple cap race. It's important for Delhi to have these two at least battle the 8th, 9th over. I'm saying that in some politeness because 8, 9 is still a little less. But like you mentioned, Bish, Jess Jonathan coming up at 6, and then after that, it's just a bowling heavy lineup.
Yeah, no, it is. But the fact is, Delhi have managed to score runs using their top order.
Yeah.
Right. So they should take confidence from the fact that, I mean, they've made a final. They're the only team in this tournament not to lose 2 back-to-back games. I
Correct.
think. And so they have always done well with their top order. So top order is in form. I mean, all of them are in the top.
But the top order always invariably is known what to chase, right? Now, while they're setting up a total, especially in the
Yeah, but
final.
you can't have it all, Avnish. In a big final, you would want to bat first rather than bat second. So they're getting what they want.
Especially
They
the
chose to bat
batting
first.
order there.
But do you think
Yeah,
now the
so-
decision making in these two will kind of be tempered more than be kind of more gung ho?
The good thing is, without going all out or playing ridiculous, risky shots,
Yeah.
they have still managed to score at a fairly good pace.
Yeah.
Right? McLanning has got off to a good start. Jemmy's hit a couple of good boundaries as well. So they'll both be feeling good right now, and they would have settled in and be feeling confident.
Yeah.
Right? Despite them being 2 down, they will both be feeling quite comfortable. So that's looking good for Delhi. Right, because Jemmy does get into a rut sometimes at the start where she starts too slowly and then has to catch up later. She started well, and it's a big final, so I think the way they've gotten along so far is as good as it can be for a team that's 2 wickets down.
Okay, coming back to Mumbai and Vaishali now. I know Izzy won't got the wicket, but I was just going to ask you this. Will
Yeah,
they be
she's
tempted
here.
to throw Ishaq in? And they have, and straight away there's 2 on the offside? No, this is 1.
Just one. Oh.
Would you have done the same thing that Harman's done right now, or would you have been tempted to stick with Wong because she's got you 2 wickets?
I think since Jemmy is there and they are like ball is coming nicely onto the bat, so they might give a chance to spinner to see how the track is helping them.
Yeah.
And she has hit a couple of good boundaries, so I think that is one of the reasons Ishaq has been brought in. And I think she has taken wickets in the power play too. She has the ability, so
True.
why don't you try this as well when they were hitting a good show? See, so yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
the
point which literally is proofs in the pudding right now, as you can see. But Subodh has a different opinion as he goes on to say, Nix, where he says, like to see Wong bowling bounces to Jemima. She can be troubled by her pace. Would you agree with that thought or that ploy?
I think we do remember a wicket of the short ball in a very important game of Jemima, but I think she's good enough to counter that. I don't think matchup wise it's a problem for her. Saika is the biggest matchup issue, and that's why you have Saika on. So I think probably the perfect time for these two to bat, as you said, just get in. And as Bishan said, they haven't taken enough risk also to get the boundaries in. So that is
Yeah.
something that should please them. So if they take care of Saika and then just see off Kerr, then they could really be stepping a good platform for the rest to come in and maybe have a say.
Yeah, and I mean, it just gives me a little picture. I mean, as you guys have seen throughout this tournament, about the options that Mumbai have with the ball, right? They can throw it to Haley if they want. They can, of course, rely heavily on Amelia Kerr, which they have, but also the others who
Yeah.
kind of come in and roll their arm over. We've seen that with Amanjot Kaur. We've seen that with
Jintimani.
Jintimani Kalita as well. So and Pooja Vaslakar. It's almost like you never
And
know
even
who's going to be
Humaira
through.
Kazi as well.
Umaira Kazi as well. So as a batter, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I want to say though,
Yeah.
all the names you mentioned now,
Yeah.
Manjot Kaur, Humaira Kazi, as well as Jintimani Kalita,
Yeah,
it is, and this goes back, I mean, it's an unconnected point, but I have to make it since the names have come up. The reason to have five foreigners playing,
yeah,
this team that's possibly going to win the tournament has carried three players for the entire tournament, right?
Yeah.
The three of them have batted at 8, 9, and 10.
yeah.
Hardly ever bowled an over.
Correct.
Right? They've got pity overs when the bowling team has been doing well. When Mumbai has been doing well, they've got pity overs. Really, that's what they've got.
Agreed.
Right? They've not been in the top 5 or even top 6 bowlers for the team. So you cannot have a tournament where the top side is carrying three players. Right? They're playing literally with 8 every match. Sure, their top 4 batsmen are in the have all scored 200 plus runs.
Yeah.
Their top 4 bowlers, top 5 bowlers, including Nats, have all taken more than 10 wickets.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The guys have performed. But you want to see a tournament with quality players from 1 to 11.
Yeah.
And Mumbai doesn't have that. The best team in the tournament doesn't have that. So that, for me, I mean, I understand that you have to promote Indian talent and all of that in a tournament like this, but you also want the quality of the tournament to be at a high level. It's not for
But
the
is
entire
that the
But
case then?
I kind of not very agree with the point that they are not quality players. Amanjot Kaur, you would have seen.
No, I'm not saying that they are not quality players, but not at the
The-
level of the rest of the a
No,
lot of the
but-
rest of the tournament.
But the options that they are playing their best 11.
Absolutely. So they are certainly playing. I'm not saying they're not playing the best team, but the best team they're playing is not the disparity in quality between amongst the players in that team itself
Yeah.
is too much for my liking.
Yeah, I mean,
It
sometimes
may
if
be
you look at
because-
this team,
It may be also because they haven't got the enough opportunity either to bat or ball. But if you would have seen the last match with UP Warriors, Amanjot Kaur has played. I think not with UP. There was the last match where Amanjot Kaur has kind of scored 25 runs, and which was very important at that particular time. And Amanjot, like obviously, if you
oh, gone!
that's-
Another full toss! What is it with
That's
Izzy
wrong.
Wong in full tosses? I mean, she can
Oh
do
my
no wrong by the looks of things, and it's been from bad to worse right now. And Jemmy could have put that anywhere she liked, but she's found backward point fish.
That's really tough luck. I mean, it wasn't even a bad shot.
But if it's a day, it's a day.
Yeah.
And Izzy Wong's having an absolute field day. I mean,
all with full tosses.
I don't know if this has happened before for a player to take so many
right
wickets
now,
in the
Nix was looking puzzled at the TV saying, what is happening? Because as Sachin goes on to say in his comment, elsewhere, Quinton de Kock's shattering the world by scoring 15 ball 50s. Right now, it's all going off in the WP Final, Nix. I mean, is this a good time to be a cricket fan? 100%, right?
Yeah, but I think to credit to Wong, I think that ball swung a bit very late.
Yeah.
And that is what cost the wicket, I felt, which is why it went where it went. But, and yeah, like when it's swinging, you do try and bowl full. That's what Easy has done. And the rub of the blue is with them. So yeah, it is what it is. You can't fight that.
It's
But,
something that she's doing something that Ravi Shastri spoke about. Take the pitch out of
pitch
the
out of it.
equation.
Yeah,
Literally, both full
But this
tosses.
is, and you know, this is exactly what everybody was saying of Delhi, right? That they are top heavy. What if they lose early wickets? And that's what's happened. So now this is your chance. You've made the system for this. So now let's see what they have for us to see.
So now is it going to be Captain Fantastic Meg Didi to save Delhi's bacon here? Because by the looks of it, it's Madison Karp, who's another experienced campaigner, remember. She's done more things right with the ball than with the bat. But look.
Even with the bat,
Even
in
with the
this,
bat, yeah,
in this
she's had a-
tournament,
Yeah.
especially.
True, but it's not flattering.
No, she has kind of played a couple of good innings, and she has actually helped build the partnership. So
Yeah.
she is doing good both with bat and ball. But in this tournament, I think I'm impressed with her batting abilities and the way she has played entirely in this tournament.
I agree with that, and
Yeah.
I think it's her batting which has made her bowling good. If you remember the start of the tournament,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
wasn't bowling that
correct.
well, right? She got a couple of good innings with the bat, and which I think gave her confidence with the ball as well, and so she's become a complete all-round package by the right time in the tournament.
For sure. I mean, there's some amazing swing, as you can see, in Izzy Wong exploiting those conditions
And
perfectly.
I think we have to give credit to Saika's over as well. That over went without a boundary, so that pressure was also there to get the boundaries and all. So although Saika didn't get the wicket in that over, but I think that has put pressure on Jenny and
And
Meghlani
it was a
also.
change of ends as well, but it's worked well for Wong. Now I'm just thinking about it from a Delhi perspective, right? Because like we said, Gurkirat's a huge Delhi fan. There's Shub as well,
Oh,
who's
that
watching
that
on
should have fielded it.
some point in time in office. They have Meg Lanning, they have Madison Cobb out there, and they have Jess Johnson to come. All three with extreme international pedigree. Is this going to be Delhi's holy trinity which saves them, at least right now?
See, you would hope so, because even on a day when the wickets didn't fall like they are, you still rely on these guys to score runs. Eh? Maybe not just Jonathan so much,
Yeah.
but the other two. So there's definitely a chance, but the problem is there's now pressure on them.
True.
The two of them, you would want your reliable international players like McLanning and Marizam Cup to be able to play freely, but that's no longer possible. They can't take risks anymore. They have to play conservatively for the next 6, 7, 8 overs, get themselves into a position where they can push at the end.
Yeah.
Right, which automatically means you are looking from a total of 180 to already 160.
Yeah.
Right, and pitches have become slower as well. If you look at the first 5 games to the last 5 games, I think bowler economies have gone down from 9 in the first 5 to 8 in the last 5. So there's a clear drop. The pitches are tiring. It's becoming slower. So as this game goes on as well, though I think this is the center pitch and slightly better for batting. But anyway, you'll find as the innings goes that it's going to get slightly harder to bat as well. So they can't afford to take risks.
Okay.
And you are looking at now a 160 score, which Mumbai you would expect with their batting to chase fairly easily.
But on the flip side, Bish, and I'll come to Nix and Vaishali in just a bit, if they do lose Lanning or Cup right now, does it make any sense to hold Jess Johnson back and maybe promote the likes of, I don't know, Radha Yadav as well?
And we are forgetting Tanya Bhatia in all this.
No, I mean,
discussion.
she's there,
also there.
but
Yeah,
I'm just
no.
backing Radha Yadav as a better batter than Tanya
No,
Bhatia.
Tanya Bhatia, no, definitely not. Tanya Bhatia would still come below Arundhati Reddy as well as below Minumani.
No,
right?
no. I think Tanya Bhatia should come above Arundhati Reddy.
Will she though? She hasn't been.
No, in
Because
that
Arundhati Reddy also came and scored a good 25 about 2 games
Exactly.
ago.
That
So I
was
would
when,
expect her to come in.
yeah, you would expect, but then in all likelihood, Tanya Bhatia should promote above Arundhati Reddy.
Yeah, otherwise
She's
it's
there
honestly-
like as a better wicket keeper.
Otherwise
And in
it's
this kind of
disrespecting
situation,
her.
you will kind of back her, saying, you don't need to score at a score of like 12 runs per hour or 12 runs per over or so, but then she can definitely do 6 or 7 per over, and that is what Delhi needs.
Nix, what do you feel? I mean, if you were in the Delhi camp right now, how are you shuffling your batters? Because they're all bits and pieces, like someone said earlier. Jokes apart, though, how would you go about it? Would you send Jess Johnson next, or would you send someone else?
No, I'll stick to the order. I don't think you can do or you get too much out of them if you just shuffle them around. As of now, if a wicket falls before like the 7th or the 8th over, post that maybe if you want to send somebody to target a spinner, then maybe you want to send somebody like a Radha or a Arundhati Reddy in that sense. But otherwise, just stick to the batting order. Jess Johnson comes on next, and then if at all you want to use matchup, you use.
Yeah. And Izzy Wong is your vice captain, because she's, of course, basking in all the fantasy glory right now.
Yeah, there are a few teams with her as captain, but yeah, didn't know full tosses were this effective. But yeah, that's been that kind of a day.
Yeah, just one off that over from Saika. Brilliant stuff. I think they might throw the ball to Amelia Kerr next, or what do you feel, Bish?
Amelia Kerr will definitely bowl. I don't know if they need to bring her in now because it's going fairly well, and you'd want the players who've kept it. I can't say Izzy Wong hasn't bowled that well, but she's got wickets, so we have to still keep her going. Her confidence will be high.
But I think she has bowled 3 already.
2.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2.
2 for Wong, 2 for
I
Saika,
think
and 2 for
Pooja
Natsapa.
Vastakar can also come in now.
Yeah, right now it depends. I mean, like we said, Mumbai have a whole plethora of options. They have probably 8 or 9 bowling options.
But then looking at how the pitch behaves so far, I think a spinner has a upper edge than the pacer. Although Easy Wong has taken wickets, but I think
1 second. So has everyone pretty much bowled for Mumbai in this tournament, barring the captain and the wicketkeeper?
And I think Humaira Kazi as well. She hasn't bowled.
She's bowled 1 over. She's bowled 1 over.
That is Amanjot Kaur, I guess.
And Kazi's bowled 1 over. I remember Humaira Kazi bowling. I don't know. We'll check with the stats, guys.
Kar is on.
Okay, Amelia Kerr is on. There's, of course, going to be amazing guile and drop and flight and all those leg spinner adjectives that you'd like to see right now. And again, a trans-Tasmanian battle in Kerr versus Lanning. And Lanning cuts away for 4. and gets 4 straight away. 42 for 3,
But what
6.1.
was that fielding? Yeah, like it should have been stopped.
True, I mean, but backward point, I'm guessing, wasn't expecting it, the pace and velocity that it came at. Guys, keep your comments coming through, by the way. Gurkirat will join us in a bit. And of course, you guys can ask Nix, Vaishali, and Bishan anything that you guys want about the tournament and what you guys feel in terms of generally women's cricket going forward. 43 for 3. The running's been a little sketch, but look, as long as Delhi can resurrect themselves. How much are they looking at it from right now, Bish? I mean, you mentioned a couple of numbers there, but what do you think they'll be happy with, given the fact they have their backs against the wall?
Yeah, no, they have to be realistic here. I think the number is about 160.
160, you feel?
160, 165 is a number that they should be fairly happy with from here.
Because they're not such a bad side with the ball in hand. They can cause a few problems.
They can, but I think the team selection mistake will come back to bite them again. Because when 3 wickets are fallen, it looks like having the extra batsman wasn't a bad option. Minu Mani.
True.
But I don't think you're not expecting Minu Mani to come and save Delhi in this situation. You're still counting on their top players, the regular players, to score the runs, and you're not going to get to a huge total.
Yeah.
You will want the bowling to come to the party. And that's where Tara Norris could have made a difference as an extra bowling option over Minu Mani. Minu Mani bowls as well, and she bowled.
She's an all-rounder.
But just on that change, why do you think that was a thinking from Delhi, Vaishali? Because
I think because of that extra batting option itself. Because Minu is a good batter. She's a left-hander, and she has done really well in the domestic circuit.
True, but if you look at even in this tournament, Tara Norris has been a really good fight.
Yeah, even
But she's not a batter.
I would have wanted Tara Norris, and that's what even I predicted. But I think including Minu, the only thinking behind that was that you have both the option, batting as well as bowling. So if you could have included Jasia Akhtar as well, they have couple of options. Sneha Ditti is there, so they would have included those. But they went for a safer option where they are getting batting as well as bowling, both the options.
I thought it's a conservative defensive move, though.
And having said that, Minu got a chance earlier, so maybe she don't have the nerves and all of the final and all. So maybe that could have been the reason. But I think primarily they would have chosen that they are getting option in both batting and bowling, and that's the reason Minu comes in.
Yeah, it also kind of, you look at their batting scorecard, and it gives you an impression that batting is elongated. But sometimes right now, like Bish is mentioning, it could be a conservative move. What's your take on that, Nix? Because Tara Norris, I mean, Pfeiffer and all of that, but somehow she doesn't find herself playing the final. Is she hard done?
No, I think it is how they expected conditions also to be. I think had the game been at DY, then they would have probably definitely gone for Tara Norris, because Seam is worked far more at DY than at Brabant. And so maybe that was the logic there, that you get an option that can give you something with the bat, because they're obviously light on batting, and you get an extra option to take care of if at all you want to go on to Minu Mani with the ball. So not quite surprised in terms of why they went for Minu Mani, because again, having seen her play, and she's won me a few GLs as well. So yeah, backing her all the way to score a 10-20 and take a few, who knows?
Yeah, you never know. By the way, all the fantasy tips, you guys can follow Nix on that and download the cricket.com app for the Fantasy Research Center. And of course, you guys can see all the other scores which is going on right now. Lots of people having their eyes on 2 television sets. One, the WPL, of course, and then the other being that South Africa-West Indies game, which is catching fire every ball. Uday Kumar saying, nice thoughts, Pishan. Agree that Norris should have been there. Much love, dear brother.
Of course, the team.
Good old Uday.
Nice.
Good old Uday. Uday, subscribe. There'll be plenty more of Bishan, of course, during the IPL. 50 comes up, though, for Meg Lanning. Not for Meg Lanning, but for her beloved team, Delhi Capitals. Yeah, I was just like, what? 3 for 19.
Turned away for 2 minutes and Lanning scored the 50.
1 second, I just want...
blinked once.
Now, we know that the purple cap race, is nip and tuck. But what about the orange cap race?
She's having.
Who's...
Meg Lanning.
Is that one already? Can anyone...
But she's building that lead now. She was on 312 before this game started, I think, and she had a 30-run buffer, something like that. Yeah.
Okay,
she's built on it.
Definitely checking out those stats right now. Most runs, Lanning's 310 and Talia McGrath's 302, so she already has it. The other batter who can potentially get it is maybe Nat Siva-Brunt. She has 270, right? Yeah, she's 272 of 9. And there's Hayley Matthews who have 258 of 9 as well.
So only.
So maybe Lanning's winning the orange cap. In terms of purple cap,
It's gonna stay with Mumbai Indians.
Now Izzy Wong will be right up there. 'cause
Eccleston
she's-
has 16, Seka 15, Haley Matthews 13, Wong 12, but she's got 3.
No, that's not been
No.
updated. So Wong now has 15.
Correct. So Wong has 15 right now.
If she takes one more,
If she
then
takes one more, then she'll.
but then economy also will come into picture.
And Wong has a better one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, slightly better.
Oh!
That's an amazing effort. Full points for Haley Matthews.
Couldn't have been out the ball.
Have to watch out for a cotton ball now. I think it was on even with Emilia Kerr, like how Tyler Megara got out to Emilia Kerr.
That is true.
Okay.
Okay, guys, let's take this question from Sachin, who goes on to say, oh, 1 second, there's a run out little thing. Sachin, we'll just come back to your question. And yeah, thanks for the score update as well. 127 no loss, 3 overs. Jesus Christ. Cricket's developing
It's going
rapidly. Quinton
South
de Kock,
Africa.
apparently.
Oh.
Quinton de Kock. One second, there's a run out chance here. Marzan Cap has looked a little off color for her 5 of 11, but is there a
Efforts
possibility?
in terms of Alisa Haley.
No run, right on. So they're appealing. So obviously this is a great
Oh,
attempt.
that dropped.
Hits her on the knee, ricochets and nearly goes for 4. Harman runs back, pulls it back, throws at
It looks
the
like a short run.
non-striker's end, and then the bowler.
Oh, no.
No, I think it's too much, really. Izzy Wong nearly. I mean, we've
Oh,
seen.
it would have if it would have been a direct hit.
I mean, you remember this run out, right? I mean, what I initially think of is that Dipti Sharma run
yeah,
out
even
of
I thought the same.
who did she run out then?
Easy Wong only.
She ran on
Yeah,
Izzy
yeah.
Wong herself, right? So maybe Izzy Wong take your page out of the Dipti Sharma book. 3 for
No,
21
but that was
catch.
the only option there.
Only option at 3 for 21 out of a 3. She has one more over to potentially fight for that purple gap, but nevertheless 52 for 3. And Delhi are trying to build their way on here. The question that Sachin poses, I'll ask all of you guys. Maybe Vaishali, you can go first. Should there more teams at also different venues? And when do you think that'll happen? Maybe next year's too optimistic. Do you think in 2-3 years' time?
Yeah, I think first of all, it has started. That's a great thing.
Great
And
thing.
obviously, you will always want to have more teams. But I think 5 team, like the way it was put into effect, and first year is always difficult. So I think 5 team was okay, good option. But then definitely, there is a scope of getting 2 more teams in. We have seen a lot of talent in domestic, international, and even not only in India, even outside as well, that people going unsold. So we have the scope for at least field more than 2 teams. I mean, more than 5 teams, at least 2 teams now as well. And growing now growing up, I think we can have more teams like IPL 8 or 10 in the coming future. But that is too far as of now. But yeah, I would like to have one more team in the next year. No, not sure like if how much possibility it can be done. And with respect to different venues, I think again they were trying to, since it was a first year, they were trying to get it live on the stage first, and then obviously with the teams playing on their home and away venue kind of thing would be a great thing
Yeah.
to have, like we have in IPL, wherein you have the home advantage, home support, and all of it. All of us would like to have, and it will be easier for people also to travel to their nearest places and enjoy the WPL, and that will grow the women's cricket as well.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, it's a pertinent point you make, but then it makes me think about all the pitfalls, Bish and Nix. You guys can come in here. The fact that 5 team league makes it a logistical nightmare in terms of having more venues. Then you, of course, take in the fact that couple of teams are playing within 24 hours, at
Yeah.
times best, playing 2
Scheduling.
games in 48 hours, which is ridiculous in scheduling. And then it also makes you think, if you have maybe 1 or 2 more teams, does it dilute the quality of the tournament? So all these things, having said that, how do you think the BCCI is going to approach this?
So, I mean, you know my answer to the first question from what I've been saying before about not expanding the tournament because of the quality.
Yeah.
But I'll come back to that. But I think you will see both things happen together. When the tournament expands
Yeah.
to 7 teams, is when you will see it expand to multiple venues as well. Because then you will naturally have more gap between games, and it makes it logistically more.
But that
possible.
means more games.
Yeah.
So then it means a longer period of time. So this was 23 games, 22 days. That's 3 weeks. And that's a lot
No,
of
but
round
Avnish,
robins.
ultimately it's a question of popularity, quality, TRPs, etc. Right? So if the game becomes popular enough, the window will go from 23 games to
Yeah, but so
40 games.
my follow-up question on that is the fact that if you do have a bigger tournament, then the window is such, does it precede the IPL? Does it overlap with it?
See, you've seen even the world tournaments moving away from the format of being played parallelly and having matches on the same day. Because that
Yeah,
was done in the beginning to ensure that the crowd that comes to the men's games also watches the women's games.
yeah.
Now the philosophy is that the women's game is growing and growing on its own merit as well. And you want it to have its own standing and not be played parallelly. So I would hope and expect that they don't play the two tournaments in an overlapping manner. You have to find a window for it. And the women's calendar is not as packed as the men's calendar. There is space to play the tournament. So they'll find a place to play a 40 match tournament. And when it becomes a 40 match tournament, home and away is important to have variety of grounds and all of that. But all of this, in my view, should not happen in the next couple of years. Because it may not be the popular opinion, I don't know, but I'm saying even today, you need to have 5 foreign players to ensure the quality is at a standard that is acceptable. I mean, at a standard that draws more and more viewers,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I agree with Vaishali's point that there's not a lack of talent, but there is still some way for it to go for those three guys. Let's say in the Mumbai team, you would want them to be challenging to be in the top order.
Yeah.
You would want them to be able to challenge to bowl the big overs, right? Even if they are decent enough players, the fact is they're not doing it today. And every team has a couple of players like that. Delhi had Poonam Yadav who played 3 matches and bowled 3 overs, right? You will see Minu Mani today playing a similar kind of role, maybe bowl 1 over, bat very low down the order. Every team has got a couple of players like that. You want ideally that not to be there in the tournament. And for that reason, and I can completely understand different views on this, I believe that there should be 5 foreign players. And in a couple of years, the quality of the tournament of the Indian players also will go up substantially.
Yeah.
And on merit, it will be possible to have 7 teams, 8 teams. And I just think we shouldn't fast forward that process. There will be a time when it is necessary. I don't think it's today. I don't think it's in the next 2 years.
Okay, valid points there, Nick. Just before you predict more wickets, which you've been doing throughout this tournament, I just want to ask you the initial point that I raised with Bish, and he makes a fascinating point about the quality, which I don't disagree at all. But in terms of the scheduling and the logistics of it and all of that, I'm just trying to think if the tournament develops over a period of time, will they take a page out of the ECB and what they did with the 100, right? Where we saw the women's tournament and the men's tournament coincide with each other. Is that a possible avenue for the BCCI to look at and be like, you know what, we can market it together?
So I don't think they'll want to club the men's T20 league with anything. They've
Okay.
been treating it like a very special child, and which is fine. I mean, it's something that they own, and they feel that nothing should be up and above it. So I don't think they will be like there will be an overlap. So I think it'll always be in this phase where it will precede the men's T20 league, and I agree with Bishan's point in most of the parts apart from the 5 overseas sports league, because I feel because there is four and there is quality in certain teams, you do have the Jintimani Kalitas, you have the Poonam Yadavs, you have the Amanjot Kaurs not getting chance. If you make it 5, there will be 2, 3 of them in every team, and you don't want that. You eventually want them to learn to get to that stage. So I agree with him that it will not happen suddenly, but the process, if you make it 5, then the process, in my opinion, gets further delayed. So I agree with him that for a couple of years at least, the first, second, you see in this format only. Of course, you need better scheduling. You don't need to have double headers where a team is playing back to back. So that can just ease off the workload. But as he said, there is enough space in the women's cricket calendar to definitely fit in a good, well packaged tournament.
Hmm. And of course, about the venues bit, and what she said makes complete sense. But I'm just trying to think if they're trying to go about having this tournament before the men's, which of course is happening right now, and say they had games played at Bangalore, even if it's the odd 3, 4 games, does that kind of really hamper the men's pitches, or do you think the BCCI don't even look at that?
No, see, first the pitches.
Because they're not playing a single game in the Wankhede.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying each of these grounds have a square with about 8 to 9 pitches, right?
Yeah.
And like Nick said, the IPL is sacred. No
Yeah.
one is going to compromise on the quality of the pitches in that tournament.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So you can be certain that those pitches are not going to be used. The ones that are meant for the IPL. The other pitches on the square, which can of course be brought up to the same standard, are the ones that are going to be used.
Yeah.
And because there are about 8 pitches usually available, I don't think the men's IPL will ever get compromised by having the women's game before. I don't think they should look at it that way at all.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way the that Nick's kind of described it as a special child, and that will always kind of have its own memories. But look, it's here to stay and onwards and upwards, I guess, in terms of the Women's T20 League. Back to the game now, guys. 61 for 3, 9.2. And I like the fact that Marizan Cap's playing the perfect foil. Chapal Chor, good to see you, my friend, not robbing any footwear. Hope. If Delhi Capital Women's win today, I will steal Avnish Chappal live. I want to be the best Chappal Chor in the country. Avnish Bro, hi to Chappals. Mate, wearing both shoes today, so no Chappals for me. But yeah, anyone in office wearing Chappals, the Chappal Chor might just come through. I think we have some laborers doing studio work. They might have some Chappals, honestly.
Calling people chore can get you in trouble.
But yeah,
He's
love the banter, Chappal Chor.
He's an advocate just for you.
He's an advocate. Okay, 2 boundaries, and that's something they haven't got with Ishaq the whole night, Vaishali. Is it a sign of Delhi slowly putting...
Delhi has to know. No
They
other
has
option.
to.
No other option. Delhi has to put up a good score. But yeah, I think that was a bad fielding there. It should have been
Oh,
stopped.
come on, that's a touch
Yeah,
harsh.
no.
Where, you're talking here?
Yeah, here. See this.
That one was a touch harsh, I feel. Come on. I mean, it's a great effort, but I completely get that. Hopefully, Haley Matthews masterclass tonight saying Subodh Chavan. Subodh, of course, a big Mumbai fan, I'm guessing. Where's our next Delhi fan? I mean, I know, Shaunak, if you can hear me, try to get Gurkirat on. Lots of traction earlier in the lives. And we'll, of course, pick his mind about what he thinks so far. Delhi done in their first 10 overs, 66 for 3. And they're in their rebuilding stage. I actually don't mind that they do this for the next 2-3 overs. And then Jess Jonathan just can go crash bang. Hopefully not
RCB
wall up.
fans speaking.
They have no choice here. This is what
Yeah,
we said
exactly.
7 overs ago as well. Delhi just have to play a conservative game for, at that time, those 8-9 overs. They are getting to that point. So till about 13 overs, they have no choice but to play this way and maybe get to 82, 83, 85 in 13 overs. And then hopefully make a push to score that many more runs in the next
Yeah.
7-8 overs.
No, I think 83 is too little for 13 overs.
Yeah,
Right?
83 is too little.
They're
and
surely
160.
thinking about 90,
90,
91.
maybe 90,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, 91 is essentially about 7 and over, and they'll be on course for 140. But like Bish mentioned, 160 will probably be just, I don't know, some sort of safety there. Who opens the bowling for Delhi again? Cap,
Shikha
Shikha
Pandey.
Pandey.
Shikha Pandey, and Cap, and who've also been kind of having good tournaments. So look, it makes for a good viewing for the next 2-3 hours. Luckily today there was no football whatsoever, so I was happy to do this watch along without any looking at my phone.
So
and
other days
United.
you are not happy?
Sometimes though, when it coincides with the United game, no chance. But now I know that the beast is going to approach us in the next 1 week. In fact, in 1 week's time, I'll either be going, come on, or I'll be like, listen, guys, I'm not doing this anymore because Bangalore Mumbai.
Oh,
in
that's what you
Chinnaswamy.
mean, yeah.
Yeah,
But
Bangalore
also
You are
Mumbai.
next
going
week
for that
is
match?
I'm not. I'm going for the match after the match to speak to the fans. I'll be doing the watch along here. So unfortunately,
this time next week is also a big double game week in the EPL. So United plays 2 games next week.
or do they? Who do they play? I think.
I
Oh,
forgot who they play, but they have 2 games.
No, yeah, they have a couple of key crucial games, and it's all bubbling up nicely. I love this part of the year for sport generally. March, April, May. Football, though, it's guaranteed, and cricket as well. Mila Care
I can-
coming back into the attack. 69 for 3, 10.1. Lanning's played some crucial knocks, but I think
Lanning
by far...
has to play. If she goes, who will play for Delhi? So she has to play that captain's knock today.
No, I'm-
and she's showing her, experience also so far. She would have not played this way. I think if there would be like 1 or 2 wickets down, but then
Oh, shot, finally. As on Cap kind of getting some steam. No, I'm saying Lanning's played some crucial knocks, but this one being the most crucial, you feel, even though it's 35-28?
Yeah, no, for 2 reasons. One, it's a final. Right?
Yeah.
You want your best player, your big match player to show up. But 2, in a final, they were three wickets down early. So
Yeah.
this knock is no doubt special for 2 of those reasons. Best or not, we will wait for the end of the innings and the end of the match maybe to pass judgment. But it's definitely right up there.
Jemmy's kind of pumped over there. And it just gives me a feeling that Lanning and Cap out there, it's like commander and lieutenant of Delhi, Like these 2 experienced, they're going to take one for the team.
I think a wicket is coming in this over.
Okay. Ooh, oh my God, no! We've seen it
Unbelievable.
again in the watch-along. What is with our watch-alongs? It started with Nicks, then it went to Gurkirat, and now Vaishali.
Well done.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. Literally on cue, Vaishali. Well done.
Thank you.
Honestly, well done. Fantastic. She made some bold predictions in the World Cup, which she got spot on. But this one, she gets absolutely brilliant. Like the delivery Amelia Kerr had to offer. I mean, it was one of those deliveries, Bish, where you're neither on the front or the back. And is that what did her wrong?
She'll be
Marizamta?
upset she got out to that shot rather, because you would hope that when you're playing a defensive shot,
Yeah.
you won't be caught out. And in a T20 game, you're excused maybe in 13th, 14th over playing a big one. But when you're trying to consolidate, nudge it around, you don't want to be out defending. I mean,
I think she wasn't defending.
What
She,
do
what do you mean she was? Of
What
course she
do you mean?
I
was.
think she would have put it
No,
like
no, no, no,
third
no,
man or
no.
something. But then I
Unless
think
she
it
was trying to get an intentional edge,
Yeah,
there is no chance.
oh, you think she was guiding it? Oh.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to
We'll
say.
have to
I
look
think
at that
she wasn't
replay again.
trying to.
But a wicket for Amelia
But I
Kerr.
think the way it swam, she wasn't expecting.
So now
that
Jess
to-
Jonathan to come in? Or Tanya
Obviously,
Bhatia?
no one else. I think Jess Johnson has to come in.
For sure.
I
right?
would actually try to hold Jess Johnson
Yeah,
back.
that's what I would as
that
well.
For the heavy lifting, heavy
Yeah,
hitting.
so that the other players, if we lose one more wicket now, if Delhi lose one more wicket now, the players below Jess Johnson will be under a lot of pressure. But if you can have Arundhati Reddy or Minu Mani or Tanya Bhatia come in, they can play slightly more freely.
No,
knowing
it's
that there is
not.
batting.
It's not.
Well,
Unfortunately,
now you can watch
Vaishali
the rest
is
crumble under
spot on
pressure.
as well.
when a wicket
Oh, what a wrong one. And nearly curtains for Jonathan. Amelia, you're a gem. Thanks. Me. I didn't even jinx anything.
goes.
It was your beloved Mumbai Indians fan in Vaishali.
That doesn't call jinxing. That calls prediction.
Yeah, that calls prediction, to be fair. Her middle name is Nostradamus. Vaishali has a mache on her tongue. What a prediction. Yeah, absolutely.
If Delhi lose one more wicket now,
Yeah.
I'm saying they won't score more than 120
Ooh, that's a
in the
bold
next
one.
More than
in the
120.
next 5-10
Even if
runs.
Mac Lenning is out.
If
I mean,
either
Mac
of
Lenning is there.
is there, yeah, because the players
Subodh.
below her will be under too much pressure.
Yeah, Subodh, you're right. I don't know
This
what jersey
partnership
that
goes-
is, by the way. Honestly, don't.
Which jersey?
The Bangalore event has started at 4, but it's still on.
But I
Very
think what
nice.
was this timing to keep the event on a WPL
That's what I was
final,
asking
yeah?
these guys. I was like,
Oh.
what if the women's team made the final? Would they have ever had it on the same day? No
No.
chance.
But
No
I think
chance.
that's not a right. Like, you want to. So even RCB
But then,
women's team is out
Vaishali, Bangalore, you're known to make poor decisions. So it's okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And knowing
That's
how
right, that's
knowing
right,
how
that's
greedy they are in terms of social media following, I knew this would
I
have been
think they
employed.
are happy winning lungs, so kidney, liver, all of it.
Fans,
they're
hearts.
doing this.
Hearts.
Wow.
What is
And a
that?
fire drill at this time.
That is a fire drill in the CDC
can't be.
headquarters.
Hopefully, it's only a drill, Amish.
What's going on, lads? Got him muted.
It's how it feels in Delhi camp right now.
Okay.
All is well. All is well.
All is well. All is well. No ball is what they're saying.
Do you want to die doing this thing?
No.
last?
That honestly, you can touch my heart right now. I'm just like, what? There's some scary things happening in this office
What
so
about
far.
you, Bish? You want to die doing this
No,
thing?
no.
Yeah, maybe rather
One
than
second,
doing
where
a
are you,
draft
my
of the
friend? Look at our friend.
They're doing this.
Look at Gurkirat saying, I want to know what you guys think about the no ball. I don't think it was. I want to know where you are. Why can't you come on and pop on and ask us this in actuality instead of through the comments, my friend?
Gurkirat, my answer to that is a genuine answer. What I said before, I think she wore her pants too high. If it was slightly lower, it would have looked like a no ball. Would have been given a no ball.
Yeah, it was just maybe out of the baseline. 74 for 4, 11 overs gone. Haley to Jess Jonathan. Gurkirat going on to say, I said it in the eliminator that it would be a poor decision for Delhi to bat first after winning the toss.
I mean, I agree with Gurkirat, which is the point I was making earlier, that the only way that Mumbai have lost is batting first. They
Yeah.
batted first in 5 games and lost 2 of them. They chased 4 times and won all 4. So it makes sense that it looks like that's their weak link when they are trying to score a bigger target than they need to, right? Because when you're batting
But
first,
it
you don't
seems
know.
like Meg Lanning has not taken any of that historical evidence into consideration. She's just based it on that sheen at the Brabant pitch today.
No, she's definitely taken into consideration, but you disregard all of that, which is why I also say that I agree with McLaren's ultimate decision because it is a big final.
Yeah.
Forget all of that. You want to put the runs on the board, right? You also have a team that's slightly weak on batting, which maybe you don't want to chase in a big final,
Yeah.
right? So, I mean, I understand the call, but it's not the best chance to beat Mumbai.
By the way, Gurkirat, if you do have anything else to say, come on. And of course, of course. I don't even have to say
What
it.
color is it today, Gurkirat? Do you want to know?
I think he was wearing a blue one for the earlier show, but I don't know. We'll know time, of course. I love the fact that Haley
There's a
Matthews
wicket.
used the batsman. Oh,
Yeah.
gone!
Yeah.
Gone,
And
Paul!
Meg Lanning.
And Harman.
Gurkirat, take your own time. Delhi have lost a wicket to run out. Just take your own time. It's okay. We'll wait.
Yeah, just take your own time, Gurkirat. I know you and runouts aren't the best friends. I
But
mean, in
whose
fact, you're the
call was it?
enemies.
Meg Lanning absolutely
Ah,
very
It was
frustrated.
Jonathan's
terrible
call.
call. She's
Oh,
pissed
we
off, which
completely
is
Oh my god, she basically has bleeped herself. She's just like gone like
Whew. We have not seen Meg Lanning doing
I
that
think they
thing.
should just ban singles. I think the first message that should coaches should start giving is just don't take singles.
this is
Just play at one and
suicidal.
just I mean
Honestly.
how there is no meter on earth that can tell you what's worth getting a run out for a single.
She's
Even whatever format
Absolutely
of the game.
120 prediction to come true. It's going to be
yeah,
less than
120
that.
predictions
Yeah.
on course
Yeah.
for sure.
More than
But
that.
I'm just thinking, I mean, it's a good point that Nick mentions the fact that this can't be right. This is, I know, inaugural Women's T20 League and all
But
of that.
I think
This
Meg,
is still-
Meg Lanning had a right to say no that time because it was Alice Capsey's call. She could have sent her back. Why
Jess
did she
Jonathan's
run?
call.
Sorry, Jess Jonathan's call.
But Vaishali, the thing is, earlier, the two balls before she got run out, there was another hesitancy over there.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this time she just went with it. And before she knew it, she
No,
was done for.
but you can judge it, right? The ball was right in front of her. She could have said no.
True, I agree. But in that moment of time, I think maybe it was just a rush of blood where it was just like, fuck it, I'm going to oblige.
If
So-
it would have been other way around where she would have called and sent her back, then I can understand
True.
okay, it was other person's call. But you are equally involved.
Yeah.
It's not only Jess Jennison's fault, to be honest.
But it is when the ball goes to short cover and short mid wicket that both batsmen legitimately have a right to call. Right? When
Exactly,
the ball
yeah.
goes beyond the non-striker or behind the batsman, then you know definitely whose call it is. Here, both people have a call, which is where you see runouts happen at
You see
short
Arundhati
cover.
Reddy, you are happy seeing that.
Good old Aranti comes
Only
in, of
because she
course.
scored decent runs the last time she batted.
She's a good
Playing a 101st T20 game, so lots of experience. Let's see if she can get Bish's 120. Haley, again, a fantastic over. She'd be happy with that. Oh, sorry, there's
they're
another
running
ball.
again.
And again, poor calling. How's that not a single? I mean, Nick's
No,
also
there's
is
no-
like, what? How is that not a single? How did not run for that? And Chuchant going on to say, Nick's, it's easy to say from combox that risky singles are criminal. Players take singles, sometimes risky to put pressure back on the field and cream. But Chuchant, come on. I mean, sorry, Nick's, you go on to say this, please. I'm not even going to say anything.
There is a way and a time and a way to put pressure on the fielding team. At
Exactly.
74 for 4, there is what are you going to do by taking one risky single? So if it's I know there is a left-right combination also that you want to disturb the rhythm of the bowler, but here the bowler is not going to get disturbed by a single. So there is a time and a moment for everything, and this is probably not the time. And even if it is, I don't feel doing that by a single you're going to put that much pressure. You are more likely to put a lot more pressure on the fielding team by exploiting a gap or making them look very stupid for having a plan like that, and you're able to find a counter to it. So I think it's a very cliched term that you take single, put pressure on the fielding team, but it's not actually putting enough pressure, not in this situation. So there is time and place to take singles, but in T20 format, I don't think there is any time to take any risky single. It's not worth it, even if it's the last two batters batting.
I
And-
think Jess Johnson is not gonna run in this inning anymore. She's just gonna rely on boundaries now.
No, but look, I mean, it might work in the other way that the fact that she actually psychs herself out, Bish, where she's just like, look, I've just cost my captain. It's my duty right now to at least get that 120, 130. Guki has to live it in the
See, now
comments.
see, it was Jonathan's. She could have said no,
It,
right? She could have said no. I
She
felt.
could have. She definitely could have said no. But I think Meg Lanning wanted that single as well because she got
Yeah,
off the blocks
then
fairly quickly.
she is not means she can obviously get frustrated.
It
but
may
we
have been
can-
at herself. It
Huh.
may have been frustrated
Yeah.
at herself.
I don't think
This
so.
Reminds me a little bit of
Same.
it was the day-night test where Rahane ran Virat Kohli out in a weird situation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
for
then
sure.
then he went on to score some runs himself there in that innings, right? So
He did for a brief
Yeah.
period of time.
yeah, you would hope that Jess Johnson is able to replicate and
I mean, the emotion of Harmanpreet, I mean, it was just
Or
brilliant. to
maybe
see.
in the language of Elisa Ali, she could have died. She can call herself unlucky and all.
Maybe. But Amita Care has gone really well since that first over where she conceded 10. Where Charlie having a little chuckle, and rightly so. By the way, keep your comments coming through. We'll probably take a mid-innings break and then reassess after the innings about how the watch-along will resume. There will definitely be a watch-along, but Amelia Kerr's bowling some brilliant stuff right now. At times, she gives us an impression where she's just bowling some leg spin masterclasses out there. Is she at the peak of her powers, Amelia Kerr? I know she has age in her side, Bish, but she seems like brilliant, dude.
But also,
There is a googly coming, wicket coming also. Let's see.
Googly coming. Oh, top edge. And Nix has got another one. Nix has got another one. Oh my God, give this man a soothsayer job. Honest to God, what is it with watch-alongs? What is it with Nix and
that
Vaishali?
is the reason I wanted,
It's
Tanya
ridiculous.
to come.
I mean, Nix, do you know Amelia Kerr? I mean, do you speak to her often? The fact that she tells you fifth ball, I'm releasing the
Joins,
googly.
so,
Or is it just because you just watched the game that well?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of habits that, I mean, if you spend so much time, like 10 years watching the game, doing text commentary, you may sometimes get it right. So,
it
yeah.
was Arundhati Reddy.
But I mean,
She was
for
playing
sure.
the game
But
for
for
long
Nix right now, this is becoming like muscle memory. It's like I know when to predict it. Hold on. You know,
But
some,
I'm just loving
We
it.
try.
Mumbai Indians.
75 for 6. You know what I would love?
120 also may
Yeah,
not
test
happen
it.
now.
I would love if
yes,
Marizan
yes.
Karp literally just runs through that top order. Siva gone, Harman gone.
See how the prediction went. Okay, Meg Lanning is not doing well today. It will be Marisan Cup. Then Marisan Cup is not doing well. It's
She
Arundhati
come-
Reddy.
she come
Now
back.
you have
Minu
stopped,
Mani, now
Minu Mani.
stopped, focusing on batting. Now it's like bowlers will do the job.
I mean, look, just kind of looking back at this final so far, we've seen 14 overs of it. In the history of the men's tournament, have you seen a one-sided final?
I think it wasn't a one-sided, but Mumbai Chennai game, it was like 120, 130.
Which one was that one? Oh, that was 2015.
2019, I guess.
Oh, another one! Oh my
Tough
God.
chance, but Helly did a good job, yeah.
Brilliant effort that. A cotton bowl goes begging, but begging by a very short margin. Capsy can't believe her eyes. Delhi fans can't believe their eyes. 75 for 6, 13.1. Digvijay Chaudhary, if you're new to the channel, do subscribe. He goes on to say Mumbai Indians all the way. Yeah.
Play of the
Nearly.
tournament,
Haley,
could still be
100%.
play of the tournament.
100%. She gives me Shane Watson
Even
vibes
next figure as well.
of that first time.
That's
Ooh,
well.
oh,
Oh,
this
yay!
time it
She did
is.
it!
Did she
And that
throw
is
the
a
ball too early?
shocking way
Did she
to
throw
get
the ball too
out.
early?
She played that way too early. She played that way
No,
too
no,
early.
She released the ball too early.
No. It
Maybe
is
that's the
proper
case
catch.
as well.
Catch.
No.
But literally
Johnson played it
not
for the next
twice.
season.
Yeah, I mean, this is ridiculous. And the sea of blue is absolutely maddening right now, the Brabant. Remember, the men's team's also there. I think they showed Rohit, Dishan, Kishan earlier as well. So it could be Mumbai's night all over. Jess Jonathan wanted to play that last
Watch
week.
the release of the ball.
She wanted to play that last week. Eventually, Haley Matthews getting
She could
another
have
one.
held on to it for 2 more seconds.
For sure.
Why?
This is a no contest in a final. Mumbai vs Delhi games. All 3 games have been the same script, one-sided. Goes on to say Abhinav Gupta. And a shocking 2 of 11 for Jess Jonathan. 75 for 7, guys.
And I'm just surprised, out of now it doesn't matter, but they sent Shikha Pandey ahead of Tanya Bhatia. Like, just saying, it
Is
doesn't
that-
matter
But
now.
again, see, you can't ask for someone who's not batted at all to just come up and
But
do
Tanya
a
Bhatia
thing.
is better, and obviously you will send wicket-keeper batter above than Shikha
But then
Pandey.
that's just the norm,
What is
right?
this?
You want quick runs, and that's why you're sending the hitters first. So no disrespect to Tanya Bhatia, but we can't keep asking for it is not happened before, so it's not going to happen even next season if they have a batting order like that. So
They've still not sent Tanya Bhatia out. They've
Yeah.
sent Minu Mani right now.
Menu Mani should have come even before Shikha Pandey.
Yes,
Is what I'm
Johnson.
trying to say.
I agree.
And
with
even
that.
Tanya Bhatia as well. Like Shikha Pandey definitely plays in the top order a lot higher.
But
in
Shikha
her
Pandey,
domestic-
what kind of batter is she? Like, is she like a Mohammad Shami in terms of the
No.
equivalent?
No.
She bets up above the order in her Goa domestic team. But then, obviously, if Tanya Bhatia is there, she opens the inning for Punjab. Like, come on.
Come
No,
on.
Tanya Bhatia is a technically sound batsman.
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
not. The issue with Tanya Bhatia is she is extremely slow. She just
Yeah.
can't get going at all. I think her international strike rate is in the 100 range, something like that. I'm not very sure, but something like that. Which is why she plays so low down the order in T20 cricket. But in this situation, when all you want is someone to hold the end up and prevent
Yeah.
loss of wicket, you have to send her.
Yeah. I mean, some crazy things happening in this over so far. As you can see, the replays, wherever you guys are watching, one cotton ball went back in the second one, not a chance for Haley Matthews. Because look, sometimes, I mean, you just get the rub of the green, and Haley Matthews enjoys picking up wickets. She has a knack of it. We've seen it in this tournament so far. And I love how she's just been wearing her pace, guys. I know she's just a traditional off spinner, but Bish, I mean, it's just that, like you mentioned, right? Even with the wicket, she held it back slightly that bit because she maybe premeditated.
Yeah, and see, I think Haley Matthews keeps it fairly simple.
Yeah.
And in this situation, you also know that the batters are going to make mistakes,
Yeah.
right? So you need to be consistent as a bowler in this kind of situation, and that's really what's happening here. The batters haven't played in this situation a whole lot. In this tournament, they haven't batted a whole lot. There's a lot of pressure now that it's a final, and you expect mistakes to happen, especially with nobody to come after this. So, I mean, I you have to give the bowler some credit, but I wouldn't heap a whole lot of credit on the bowler here because it's a lot of it is just batting mistakes.
Batting mistakes, shot selections as well. Digvijay going on to say, where is that Delhi fan Gurkirat? He's on his way. The turban's being tied, we're being told right now. And of course, there are plenty of stats and analysis you guys can check out on the cricket.com website and download the app as well, because lots of content coming your way in the next 2-3 months. You guys will be surprised by how great it is. I just want to know, because Haley Matthews right now has bowled 3 overs, got the wicket, conceded 5. What's the most economical spell in a men's final ever? Ani, if you can hear my question and if you can shoot that out, it'll be great. Most economical spell in a men's tournament final, please. Kumble, maybe is that shout? Kumble, 2009 against Deccan Chargers.
Did he get 5 in that game? That's not the 5 game, is it?
No, I think it was a different game. He got a 5. I think he got the 5 in the prelude to that final.
Yeah,
Next,
I don't know.
who do you think's bowled the most economical final in the men's tournament things? Because Haley can finish off with maybe, I don't know, 1 for 8 and 4. Is there a bowler who's outdone her or close to those figures in a final? And it's a good question actually for all the viewers as well. Get
I wonder
involved.
if Sohail Tanvir or Anil. I think for 5 wasn't a final, so I don't think
Yeah, it
that
wasn't a final.
qualifies.
There
Sohail
must
Tanvir
be a
is
mean
someone-
spell somewhere from someone. Maybe a Bhuvi 2018? No.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but like Nick says, Sohail Tanvir had a good one, but that wasn't the final either.
That wasn't a final either. Maybe that 2017 final, surely, because that Mumbai Pune game,
scoring one.
127 played 130. Something
I'll have
there.
good thing to check. Good
Yeah,
thing to
maybe
check.
there. Let us know in the comments, by the way. So both going on to say Mumbai is a GOAT franchise in T20 cricket, be it their men's or their women's, they're made for winning champions. For sure. Money Indians. I mean, Mumbai Indians. For sure, all the way.
That was not a sleeper. Okay.
Bish, you expect your players to perform when it matters. Shefali, Jemima, Marizan, Jess, disappointed. Can't expect them to perform. Or expect
That's-
others to perform.
See, yeah, you expect them to perform, and I don't think it's a case of them being not up for it.
Yeah.
They lost wickets, 3 of the first 3 wickets to full tosses.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen every day, and when you have to put a little bit of it down to luck as well, right?
True.
And once that happens, then pressure can tell sometimes. And the run out that happened again, a bit of luck, a bit of bad decision making, all of it involved. On another day, it could have been very, very different. I don't want to be too critical here because there wasn't that much of bad decision making, bad shots played to get out. The Capsy wicket as well. I mean, it's the first ball, it's a full toss. You want to make the most of it. It seemed like she was in 2 minds. She wanted to play the shot and then pulled herself back a little bit.
Yeah.
If anything, if I were to criticize Delhi, it is a little bit of bad tactics, right? At least in my view, I thought Capsy came out at the wrong time.
So basically, in-game tactics, the toss was obviously a wrong call.
I don't think toss was a wrong call. I get the toss. Tactically, you would have to be a very brave team and captain and franchise to let the other team bat first. Because so powerhouse batting line like Mumbai can score 200.
Yeah.
And then chasing that with your batting is tough, right? But that's also your best chance to win. So you could have been brave and taken that call, but I get Delhi's call here.
And the fact that you spoke about the Tara Norris thing not being back.
Yeah, I thought that selection was wrong.
Yeah.
Toss is debatable. But when the wickets fell, to adapt yourself quickly and make those batting lineup changes, I thought they got that wrong. Whether it's where Tanya Bhatia's batting or even I thought Jess Jonathan coming up where she did. which is why I said if the wicket falls, they'll fold within 120. Because once there's no one left, you can't leave it to Minumani, Shikha Pandey, and Tanya Bhatia to figure it out without any support and knowing there's no one below you. So I thought that was wrong. Yeah, I mean, they did make
It's
mistakes.
just basically a culmination of all these things come together on the worst possible day, which is the final for them. So
Yeah.
hopefully they can pull a miracle. But look, it looks really dire from a Delhi perspective. 77 for 7. We've seen a lot of sixes, fours, but sevens, well, that's the first in cricket. Vijay Chaudhary going to say, great platform to watch. Thank you so much for your appreciation, Dig. Tell a lot of your friends, family as well, and subscribe if you're new. We're going to be doing lots more in terms of watch-alongs for the men's competition as well. Vasan Narayan going to contribute in the comments. He's always chatty, this boy. Let's see what he has to say today. Captain is as good as their team. Sometimes when India lose, always a difference between quality just show up between two teams, and here it showed up. Next, Vaishali, do you agree? Captain is as good as their team.
Yeah, somewhat we all agree to this. Yeah, but today means Delhi has performed reasonably well in this tournament so far, and this kind of collapses can happen with every team. So we
True.
cannot say today, it's Delhi showed their quality and they were not good enough. They were good enough in this tournament. Today it didn't come off the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes when you look back at this night, Nick, maybe tomorrow morning when you're having a cup of tea, you're thinking to yourself, dude, how lucky did they get? Essentially, those three full tosses with wickets, the run out, crazy run out of Meg Lanning, all these things are kind of like, if you connect the dots, you're like, wow, it actually went Mumbai's way tonight.
Yeah, but then it's not all that, right? As well. After that, I mean, I think the way I look at it is, this was the one problem that Delhi had. It was a weakness waiting to be exploited, and Mumbai did that whenever they bowled first. Teams
Yeah.
have done that versus Delhi whenever they bowled first. So to me, what I feel is where, like as Vaishali said, that she wanted Tanya Bhatt even above Arundhati Reddy. So she's thinking proactively that how can I change the way they are playing? I don't think Delhi changed the way that they wanted to play. They were like, this is what has worked for us. We will stick to it even if it comes up, even if it doesn't come up. So I think they can't put it down to full tosses because it happens. But you've batted first before, and you know that you have a thin batting order. So see, every day when you take a risk, it will not come off.
Yeah.
When there's pressure, it is less likely to come off. So you need a very good batting performance to be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So if your plan was to put pressure on the opposition side, fine, but then you have to back it up with something else, something different that the opposition is not expecting, so that you can catch them up front. Because I think today you don't think Mumbai were put under pressure at any point of time.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
were
I mean,
they could do whatever they want to. They could get Jastika Bhatia to bowl if they wanted. It was that easy that Delhi made it for themselves. And so I think it was something that it was a plan that was they were trying to hide, but it's come back in the wrong way on the wrong day.
yeah, honestly, I think they've just been dictating how terms have gone tonight, and we appreciate all the lovely comments coming through. Another wicket for Haley Matthews here. Brilliant bit of bowling. Honestly, sussing her in, getting the second wicket, and she's keeping it tight as ever. And a man who, of course, knows how to keep it tight as ever in terms of stats is Anirudh joining us right now. Anirudh, talk to me about the shambles first and foremost, and what are these stats which has emerged so far from the final?
Uh, your voice is like Delhi. We can't take anything of it.
Oh yeah, actually, I mean, there's going to be a little connection in terms of my voice overlapping. So basically, Anirudh's about 15 meters away from me. Shauna, either you can tell Ani to go to another room so we can make him hear Nick, or we can solve this somehow because Nick can't hear
And
him.
when this is getting
We'll get back to Ani. And just before we settle this up, there's a debate happening right now. She's stumped. I don't know why they're checking for the
They're
inside
checking.
edge.
Check it.
Yeah, they check everything. And I just want to say that Minumani got over the same way she played
Yeah.
last.
Yeah, for sure. Giving wickets on full toss is not luck. The batters have screwed up, saying Chachan. Screwed up is being polite about that. Anirudh is, of course, changed his location. He's gone to Hong Kong right now because our rooms are named after cities. Talk to me about the first question I asked. Haley Matthews, and do you think she's going to be bowling the most economical spell in a women's/men's T20 Indian final?
Yes, it is gonna be. So basically, the most economical spell by a bowler in a final is Yusuf Abdullah for Titans in 2008.
Okay.
It's it's between Titans and Dolphins, which is like the South African Pro T20 series before. So which was the
And in
pro
terms of the
like
Indian,
this is
Opposite
before Ran Slam and all those things.
okay.
So he had an economy of 2.25, which is the sorry, not 2.25, an economy of 2 in his 4 overs. That is 4 overs, 8 for 1. So in minimum 18 balls, that is the most economical spell. So by the looks of it, yes, if she doesn't concede, I mean, like she's not gonna concede. That is different. So this is gonna be the most economical spell in a final.
Oh my God, 2 for 5, 3.5. And in terms of the Indian T20 finals, what's been the most economical?
So in an IPL, it's
Indian T20.
it belongs to Washington Sundar 3.25 in the 2017 final.
I knew it. Oh, what a ball that is!
Oh,
Is that the ball of the
Harry,
tournament? And is that a celebration to match it or what?
oh, Harry Matthew.
I mean,
Daniel's got a duck.
honestly, that is just a
Well,
gem.
if that's what Tanya Vati was going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Now,
think
she
now,
came.
now your opinions have changed.
I think Ravi Ashwin, Nathan Lyon, any other off spinner that we can think of, right now, Graham Swan, who's one of our good friends at CDC, if they tried to bowl that, I don't think they can do that in maybe 15, 20 attempts. Or
Wow,
maybe more.
Harry.
That's a
Amazing.
peach.
That is a
Prop.
peach. Is this an off spinner's dream or what?
Yeah,
Oof,
classic,
classic.
classic. Just talking
And
games
that
makes it
honestly finishes
great
off a
wicket.
great spell, 3 for 5 in 4 overs. And just when you thought it was Izzy Wong and all these other ones, Katie's quietly
She's
slipped
got
this.
to 16 wickets now.
She's got,
She was 13 before the start, if I'm not wrong, and now she should be 16.
and bro, if she can knock off 62, she can get the orange and the purple. Maybe she's a Sherlock Holmes in terms of wearing the cap backward and frontward. Guys, good to see Gurkirat as well. Nice to see you, boy, in your blue, because Delhi are capitulating right now by the looks of things. And Ani will come back to you. I know that you'll have to, of course, listen to the game as well, but thank you for your stats and your time as well. Gurkirat, I'll come to you right now. 79 for 9. Are we watching Bangalore in disguise, my friend?
Yeah, you could watch any team in disguise right now. It won't make a difference. I remember when we were doing the last watch along, the eliminator. I don't know if it was Chuchant or it was Subodh. One of them said that Gurkirat already looks defeatist, and I said I've seen this team for quite a long time. I know what weaknesses are waiting to be exposed, and knowing the franchise, I know they won't work on it. And I remember I've been saying this uh, throughout the Delhi games that they don't have batting depth. It is waiting to be exposed at some point of time, and today it happened, and it started right with the toss. I mean, you can blame the umpire for not giving it a no ball, which I actually think it wasn't. I just thought the ball
Oh,
at the end
one
moment
second.
dipped a little
Lord
bit more.
Yada.
Yadav. Oh,
Honestly, a little bit of
yeah.
intent that we've seen in the last 58 minutes of this watch along. So good to see that. Chapal Chor
So
going on hilarious as well. Gurkirat. So yeah, you can then finish your point. He goes on to say, had my breakup, I want to die, but abhi Kohli ki 100 centuries dekhni hai. Uske
अच्छा,
baad
फिर
ना
लंबा जिएगा.
Yeah. Chapal Chor, I mean, hilarious chap.
so
Yeah, but on a serious note, Gurkirat, I mean, what is it, dude? I mean, I know you predicted the future and all of that, but surely, like what Bishan was saying, tactical decisions really getting the better of Delhi.
tactics have never been Delhi's strong point, whether
Yeah.
it's the men's team or the women's team.
Oh my
Anyone
God.
who's followed this team enough will
What
know
is he
that.
saying, bro? Chapal Chor, वापस दियो. जवाब वापस करो, Gurkirat.
It sounds like an upset fan right now. It's like a cranky.
क्या बोले अभी it's
Oh, 1 second. Is it curtains? No, it isn't. Okay.
Shika Pandey hitting boundary, Shada Yadav hitting boundary. Amazing. Some good score.
And isn't it funny? I mean, some would say Seka Ishak's probably been Mumbai's best bowler all tournament, but she's been the one to have kind of gone for runs, so to speak. 28
Yeah,
of.
2 games I think. There was one more game before this where she went for run and wicketless. And
And her first 2 overs, like you said, was actually pretty good. None for
Yeah.
6. And the last 2 have
I
gone for
think
22.
they got the strategy to counter Saika Isha, but
Yeah.
they forgot to do the same for other Saikas today.
So Wong
Just
getting
for
3.
context,
Yeah.
the South Africa West Indies game, none for 40 was the most economical bowling figures, right? And here none for 28 we're now seeing is the most expensive.
For sure. Sachin going on to say that's Mumbai, first women's T20 league winner. Ambani's all the way.
Avnish will have
Money can buy happiness. Well, we're seeing it come to the fore. Good
okay,
kid.
RCB also not so poor.
No, but like talking about the richest in Mumbai. I mean, richest in the world.
Hey, there was a 12 crore cap.
Yeah, exactly. I don't like that's what I don't like. If
You
your
can buy
franchise-
players, bitch,
if
but
your
you can't
franchise-
buy technology. You
if
can't
your
buy the
franchisee is not
buyers.
winning, if your favorite team is not winning, please don't put like this. Okay, that is not right. Except
Chuchad going on to
the
say,
with grace, except the winnings with grace.
by the way, the game is not over yet. Delhi can still pull off what Liverpool did in the 2005 Champions League game against AC Milan. I would love to see that. Or coming back from the Ashes win. It's done, Chuchad. I know you're trying to sell this watch along to the others, but it's done, my friend. 90 for 9. I mean, I will do the IPL ball if Delhi win from here. That's my word.
What do you mean?
I'll go ball. Me, Som. Yeah, Som's anyway ball.
Then you know,
I don't
you
know
know,
if he's
if you go,
battery low. Okay, the camera's going. I don't know if you guys can hear
What is
me.
happening today?
Yeah,
Shocking
we can-
battery low.
We can hear you. It's what Delhi are also feeling. Battery is low. Please change the batting order and battery order.
I thought for a second because I took a
I
dig
think
at
that
Som.
he was telling
I
us
thought
this.
Som just pulled the plug. He was like, "You're not doing the show anymore." I was like, "What? What's happening?" So all the 14 people, I know you're listening to us at the black screen, but we're here. It's not
Yeah.
Nix and Gulkirat who are just chilling. Gulkirat's still ordering.
yeah,
seafood.
I was going to say that if you go bald, then you can replace me in the wrong ones with Western show, and we can change it to bald ones with
Bald
Western.
ones with best in.
Yeah.
Love
Ellie
it.
Matthews with the purple cap now. Just for
Purple
you guys.
cap, and if she gets 60, she can win the orange and the purple.
Oh wow, that would be amazing, right? No one has done
No
it. before.
one, and no one will
just
ever
to
do
give
it.
Avnish
But then
credit,
60 would be too much from 90 total.
Perfect. Thanks to Shaunak for working his camera magic. It just did go off. It was the first in the CDC history. But yeah, I mean, those 16 wickets, some would say Bish should be cheap wickets, but look, bowlers will take it as it comes.
yeah, no, I mean, there have been cheap wickets in there, but when you get 16 of them, you're allowed to get a few cheap ones, right? So that's okay, and she's been exceptional at the top of the order. And I was saying that to give Avnish some credit. After like 2 Mumbai matches, Avnish asked this question: do you think it's possible that Haley Matthews will finish on top of both charts? The thought did come to Avnish a long time ago.
And it was
Wow,
me and
great
Bish
Avnish.
answering it. It's actually one of the stories which feature on the cricket.com app in terms of most valuable players. She's right up there. It has to be one of the Mumbai players for sure. Mumbai looks like they've been WPL over the ages demolishing teams. Could be another chance. No, it isn't. So will they get to 3 figures? 95 for 9. This little act by Shika and Radha. I mean, just honestly, it's damage control more than anything else. Gukirat, I mean, why are you looking so precariously at your phone? Is it Mintra? Is it the Galauti? Is it the fantasy losings? What is it, my friend?
Or-
I don't play fantasy.
Or is it something else like Vaishali is
No,
alluding to?
he just gave
No,
me
I didn't hear what Vaishali said. So no, I was looking at the scorecard of the West Indies South Africa game,
What is
and
it?
South Africa need 41 in 4 overs to chase 259 down.
35 and
So-
21 now.
Based on how the game's gone, very
Yeah,
low.
but I don't know what Vaishali was alluding to.
No,
Insinuating.
She was, you know, the usual.
Avnish was just explaining the story the other day, so I thought.
What story? Alert the viewers, Vaishali.
No, you were saying, you got some calls and all that. The money is here.
Avnish speaks a lot of lies.
It's just tongue in cheek, you know. Sometimes he looks like a real good character out of Mirzapur 3, which has not hit the screens, by the way. But Gurkirat might be part of that, where he's like taking calls and it's raining and it's like,
Kaleen Bhaiya's right.
yeah, Kaleen Bhaiya's right hand man. Be like, ha, theek hai, AK-47
Oh,
loaded hai.
easy walk.
Speaking of AK-47s, Izzy Wong also in contention for the purple cap
She's not,
race.
she's not.
Oh, she's not. Oh, she's being counted for 6.
Wow,
Oh, what a shot
What a
that
shot.
is. What a shot that is.
Good game to have 100 all out. Avnish, remote chance of a Mumbai collapse. Remote chance.
Remote
We
chance.
will definitely gonna go ball.
Oh
right?
my god, yeah. Oh shit. Oh
Everyone thought it
shit.
up.
Nation
Let's
wants to
manifest
win.
that.
Ah.
Let's manifest that.
And imagine Shika takes his confidence with the. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that was full toss. Yeah.
Avnish
Yeah.
wanted
So,
that
her best goal today.
now.
Suddenly, Avnish has become Mumbai Indians fan.
Yeah, come on, Mumbai. Come on, Nisa. I don't want to be wearing a pretentious wig. Please keep my hair and take the title. No worries. 101 for 9. So that's the 100. Izzy Wong probably just brought into the attack to finish up proceedings right now. Will she get the wicket here? Oh, she's got a little bad there. And it's a little pump of the fists from Shikha Pandey saying, yes, that's 4 more. And they'll take that.
They may as well take the.
But did it?
And you know what? Surely but slowly, Bish's 120 might not be a far possibility now. It's a.
Take the review. No.
What are they reviewing? Oh, they're reviewing LBW.
LBW.
All right, all right. I mean, there's just been event after event every time Izzy Wong has delivered a ball in this match
Yeah.
to see.
Boundary and a 6 and 9 second out.
Unfortunately, no more wickets to take.
Yeah, could be. I don't know if it was Yastika's decision to review this at all. Not at all. It's off the bat. I'm telling you again, the game is far from over. There can be a collapse in Mumbai. They have a thin batting lineup. Delhi can
I
put-
think she's got bat on it. I think she's got bat on it.
Take off the bat.
Yeah, otherwise
Avnish?
you wouldn't have traveled so far,
Yeah,
right?
it's not far from over. You can see it's not over.
is what Chachal is saying.
Optimistic.
Oh,
Delhi
I see.
Capitals.
Yeah, I was just basically reading Chachan's comment out. Oh, there is bat on that. There's a lot of meat on that. Some would say there's a little Sikh kebab on that. Always makes the man chuckle. I mean, yeah, there's been some new umpires as well this tournament, which is good to see.
Brinda Ratishis.
Do you think that'll eventually turn the way over, like I was seeing with football, the fact that they're having women's linesmen now and all of that?
Yeah, certainly. If the quality is there, it should definitely umpire.
That's not happened yet, right?
No,
In any of the T20 leagues.
I don't know that.
In the 100, guys, Nick's Gurkirat has been women's umpiring a men's game. Oh, Shikha Pandey, get 4 more. I mean, what is she on? She's giving you absolute runs and she's putting my hair in jeopardy. I might lose my hair, guys. I don't want to lose
Shika is
my
just saying you just had to make her bowl into the wicket.
I think, but a lot of batters would think, okay, if that was this easy was to batter this track, what we were doing. Seriously.
What's the lowest total defended in a men's tournament final? Is it that 2017 final, 127?
Most likely.
Most likely, right?
Yeah.
I'm not in others.
Likely.
What a shot that is.
Oh, that's another beautiful shot. And she might get 2. She wants to come back, but the throw is a good run from Haley Matthews. 110 for 9. There's still 8 balls, remember. Who's going to be bowling the last one? Is it going to be Nat Siva?
Matthews. Oscar.
Oh, yeah, actually, true.
Yeah.
Yastika can bowl if she really wants to.
That was too much. Okay.
Delhi gets the double blow. First KG and then this loss.
Oh. 2 balls to
Wow.
hit the stumps. Let's see.
Chapal Chor being
Chappal
Chapal Chor, honestly.
idea chod.
All teams are now Bangalore. Bangalore proud record of low scores will never be broken. And high scores. Don't forget the 263. I know people say 49, 263 as well. Oh, and Radha goes downtown for 4 more. Delhi, talk about a grandstand finish, gents.
Yes.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Delhi does
Easy,
have the highest
easy.
score in the tournament at this ground.
1 second. I want to get my stats man on in terms of how many runs were scored ever since I said those words. I literally will go ball for the men's tournament. Ever
Yeah.
since that's happened, the strike rate has been 382, is what they've been
And
telling
Easy
me.
Wong wasn't expecting this kind of thrashing after the
I
head
mean, this is a joke.
See, she deserved this thrashing for the wicket balls as well.
True.
Right? She's getting what she deserves finally.
I mean, she's kind of adjusting her hair. I'm wondering what will
You may not have to adjust.
in time to come. Come on, 3 for 41. It's been a good one. Can she finish off well? She can't. So, is that a good thing that the fact that Radha's in strike? It doesn't matter, right? Because anyway, both could go for it. 115 for 9. So Delhi actually just getting some life back in. Maybe this is the resuscitation that they needed. Gurkirat, are you feeling slightly confident right now compared to 3.5 minutes earlier?
No.
Why? Come on, man. That's 25 runs since you come on. You win the lucky charm.
I'm not the lucky charm. If I was the lucky charm, they would have won far more titles than what they have in the last 10
Yeah,
years
but
or
like
so.
you were not doing watch alongs then. So ever since you come on this watch along, bro, they've been 25 for none, 1.5 overs. That's
Let's see.
insane.
Let's see.
Okay, fine. So let me just ask you right now, if you're Meg Lanning, right, and you're defending 120, who are you throwing the ball to? Are you going to do anything out of the box, or are you going to stick with Karp and Shikha Pandey and be like, listen, girls, give it your all?
No, you start with Shikha Pandey and Kap, and instead of if you think they are bowling well and getting you the wickets, might as well give them both a 3 over each spell and then see how it comes down. And if they have given you wickets and the the matchup is such that you feel maybe a Capsy or Jess Jonathan can do the job, then might as well throw the ball to them. You are not going to defend this total if MI bat if Mumbai bat 20 overs. You'll
Yeah,
have to
that's
dismiss
true.
them.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think, will it be the same ploy, Nick, Bish, Vaishali? Or do you think there could be something within their sleeves they can probably get in?
I think with this form, they would definitely want to give it to Shikha Pandey
Yeah,
if she can do something out of it.
take the confidence.
Yeah, from the batting.
Yeah, for
And I
sure.
think because of these runs and this partnership specifically, they got that lifeline. They can actually go and defend it because 120, you can still go. It's much better than 19 or so, right?
Oh,
And we can
100%.
see Meg Lanning smiling also now. So yeah.
She's
That's
smiling
an
a little bit.
incredible number of Delhi fans over there. 27% of people to think that they'll win from
Bish,
here.
that you're missing the point. The fact that even that's been bought up. See, I mean, it all comes down to that green paper with purpose, which is, of course, money. Jacobar Mamaya, good to see you, my friend. At least in the comments, I can't see a picture of him virtually. He says it's never over until it's over. But this Shikha Pandey final cameo has been brilliant to see, and her little celebrations as well, which is good to see. So she's kind of got to where Bish predicted earlier on from that 74 for 5, 117 for 9 now. I don't know why she kind of is giving the strike back to Radha, but maybe it's understandable because it's three balls away.
Everyone is important when you are in such.
Okay, Radha is swung it. Could she be caught out? No. Oh, well fielded. One-handed pickup. She'll be run out surely here. No, she doesn't. She comes back. And 119 for 9. So 120 essentially. They'll be chasing minimum 6. It's still 2 more balls to go, of course. But yeah, this is a good comeback sort of things for Delhi. Maybe it's a slightly more yummier dinner for Gurkirat and Delhi fans watching this.
This is like giving you the hope which kills you later.
That's a nice way to put it.
It is a nice way to put it, but do you think it's more than hope, or just
No.
No, but I
No.
think the way they fought back, this partnership, at least that will give them some kind of confidence. They won't go like, there's nothing to fight for. At least something is there to defend
something
it.
is there, and plus they can also take confidence out of how their bowlers have performed, right? Nix, Gurkirat. I mean, this is Delhi we're talking about. They don't just have Karp and Pandey. They have Capsy. They have Jess Jonathan. They have Radha. They have good options in the bowl.
But you also have to look at the opposition batting lineup, right? I mean, they bat deeper than what Delhi do. It's good to be optimistic and be hopeful, but if we are being pragmatic, just talking pure numbers, I think the average score at this venue has been again 170, 175. So even if you want to account for some slowness of the pitch, you could maybe say okay, 150 was competitive, but 120, I just think it's going to maybe Delhi will need a few marginal umpire calls to go their way, a little bit of luck, maybe wickets or full tosses. A lot of things will have to fall in place for Delhi, I feel, if they have to defend it. It's
See, I
not.
think the way to look at it is, if you told Delhi at the start of the innings, if I give you 130, are you okay? No. 140, no. 150, no. I think even 160, they would have said, no, we'll give it a shot. Even 170, I think they wouldn't have taken. They would have wanted to bat and give it a shot. Maybe 180 onwards, Delhi may have said, I'll take that score.
Yeah.
Right? So if the score that Delhi would take at the start is 180, let's say, which I think is
Oh, 1 second. They might get 130 here because Shikha Pandey, sorry, beg your pardon, Radha Yadav I mean, honestly,
Radha Yadav, I don't know, something has happened to her today, and then that shot was incredible.
have batters 9 and 10 eaten something else and come out to bat, because clearly they've got the glucose boost, they've got the bananas, they've got, I don't know, maybe a papaya booster dosage, whatever it is, it's coming off. And we've seen this so many times before, guys. And Gurkirat, Nicks, Bish, and Mashal, you guys can come in here. 125 could be 131, is it? You bet it is. You bet it is. What a finish this is. 132. Gurkirat smiling right now. Knicks applauding. And why wouldn't they? Because now my
Now
hair
the
is
game
not
is
just
on.
in danger, but the game is back on.
The game is on now.
And
And
I'll tell you what they have. Not papayas and bananas. What they had is freedom.
They have freedom.
The last two had to think about nothing. Right? They could not. There was nothing to lose at 77 for 7 or whatever it was. They could just play their shots.
I've never seen Radha Yadav like this before, honestly, in any international game T20. This is the first time I've seen such clean striking, such clean hitting from Radha Yadav. Never seen this before.
Dude, look, 131,
52 run
132.
partnership of 24 balls. That's incredible.
That's honestly incredible. For the last wicket, for the 10th wicket. I mean, it's quite ridiculous. Jayakumar going on to say, agree with Paji. This will really lift up the team. At the end of the day, they will have to beat Transvaal even if they lose. Next, before we just take a 10-minute breather and then come back in the second innings and much more, momentum. Are they kind of peaking at the right time in this match? 132 is decent, right?
Just take 3 wickets. Take Matthews, Skiver, Herman's score. The game is yours to take. That's all that you have to think.
That's one way to look at
Next,
it.
while you're at it,
You
take
aren't,
the other
you
two.
aren't, you aren't.
He said
Sorry?
Harman.
So Herman, I want Matthews, Skiver, and Herman, and there are enough matchups.
I think Yastik only will have 32.
Of course, there are 100 others who can then come in and score. But for Delhi to have a chance, they still need to take 3. And then hope that something else
But yeah,
falls in the
after
road.
this whole Delhi has given them a chance to wickets, and this series can go down to the wire.
It can go
Now,
down to the wire.
I'm expecting Amanshot and Kazi to come score on
Ah,
the
your
Brooklyn
wish,
run.
your wish.
That's a
No,
enemy.
I think your wish should get it should get fulfilled only in the next innings.
I'm just wondering if Mumbai go on to win it. I mean, is there one player who's never contributed at all, and it is Kaz? And she might get that women like, medal, anything else. The
I can
purple
stop
cap,
now.
by the way, has got a Haley. Will she get the orange? Will Mumbai get the win? All of those and much more to be answered and told you guys on the watch along. We'll be back exactly in 10 minutes, lesser than 10 minutes. 9 minutes we'll be back. We'll just go get some coffees, maybe.
I'll place my order. I'll place my order for dinner.
Yeah, maybe I'll see my hair for the last couple of times as well.
Yeah,
Much appreciated. Keep the
bald
comments
ones
coming.
with Western is on.
Bald West. Oh
No,
my
Abneesh,
gosh.
I support you. You will have the hair by the end of the day. Don't worry.
We'll be back in 9 minutes with all the
See,
people that you've seen us.
one way or the other, you're going to lose hair by the end of the Indian men's T20
Do
tournament.
not jinx it. Do not jinx
But he
it.
hasn't
you're
predicted
not-
to ask me anything. I don't think
You know,
so.
if not by the end of the women's T20 tournament, I'm sure you'll be out of hair after the end of the Indian men's.
We will
T20
wait and watch. Look, money can buy you happiness, and that's exactly what Neeta is going to be doing tonight.
Money can also buy you a good hair.
Look, we can continue this banter right now. Next, good to see you. And Gukirat, be back in about 10 minutes. Sort your dinners out, boys, and then we'll see you in just a bit.
Yeah.
Stick around and keep the comments coming through. Wow, ridiculous. No,
Or
this you
should do
can
I
use
have to
it.
still
No,
use
it's fine.
this?
Oh, we are live. We're just miking up, as you can see,
Yes.
and
We
back
are
with
alright.
Vaishali. The three-man panel, or sorry, should I say, the three-person panel has gone into two, but do not worry. Mazran Cap, of course, bowling. First up, ooh, nearly a wicket straight away for Delhi. Get straight away into the action right now. You guys are watching cricket.com. Give us a like and a subscribe if you're joining us for the first time. You're watching the Women's T20 League Final. Watch along with me, Avni Shagde and Vaishali. Both of us right now in the Mumbai camp for different reasons. Me for my hair, Vaishali for other reasons. But
No, I am for the actual reason. You are for the other reason.
okay, cool. So let's see how it's going to all unfold in this Mumbai chase. Remember, they're chasing a modest 132. They could have chased way less. But if you guys missed this particular end to the innings, you guys missed an absolute jam-packed, eventful session. So Somesh Agarwal, miss him on the watch along right now. Won't be surprised if Delhi win this by a run or two. Oh my God, he's spoken. He's spoken, the man. Gurkirat, welcome back. Good to see you and Nix as well. Do you agree with Somya, Gurkirat? Would you be happy if that happens? Oh, catch it! Ooh! That's four.
I'd be happy if that happens, but I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, we shouldn't count our kitchens as well, my friend. But yeah, no, I mean, just do the math. Someone, Nix or Gurkirat, someone tell me because right now my phone, even though it's spazzing, I want to know how much Haley requires to get that orange cap as well. Can she do it? She needs 60 or 70 or
I think
something.
Delhi has put the score on hold for now. So Delhi also has a chance to win.
Oh, for sure.
Orange cap, yeah. Earlier it was looking a bit difficult, 90, 60. I think she needs some 60 odd runs.
60 odd runs.
Yeah.
That will just be glorious to see an
Yeah.
orange cap
And
and
that
a
will be
purple
like
cap winner.
history.
Yeah, for sure. Pachi still has no hope, says Greg K. He does now. He does now because of those.
He's just not expressing.
He's not expressing it.
The break was so short that I couldn't even decide what I wanted to order.
So what are the options right now? Because he's scrolling and he's kind of making decisions, and then again he's eradicating his choices. What are you going for? Chole kulche.
छोले कुलचे रात को कोई नहीं खाता.
भाई खाते हैं भाई, दिल्ली लोग खाते हैं.
No one eats छोले कुलचे at night.
Why? And then a nice walk, midnight pe walk kar lo. It's fine. You might risk your life walking the night in Delhi, but it's fine. Just joking. Honestly, looks like I judged this match a little too early. Delhi might pull up a fight after all, saying Sachin Upadhyay. Sachin, honestly, it could be a crazy game. We've seen how Karp has done with the ball. We've seen the confidence Shikhar Pandey has brought to this match. Do not go anywhere. 5 for 15 is what he got the last time round.
Five against Gujarat.
Yeah, for sure. Gurkia, I've already ordered, so I've gone for a chicken steak, my friend.
Good.
Oh, in the air, upish again, and 4. And that over will just ease the nerves, Vaishali. 9 to none. Are you surprised by how Haley's already playing with intent? Because normally she's been more circumspect, right?
No, I think in this entire tournament, this is how she played.
Yeah.
Wherever she got the opportunity, she has hit it. And I think that's how you play, irrespective of the game, right? Even though you know that you are only chasing 132, but then even why do you want to give the opposition that edge, right? That you are playing 2-3 dot balls. If you have the opportunity, just play it. And that's what she did, I guess.
Here's a quick one to you before I go back to Nix and Gurkirat. If you're Haley Matthews, you've just got the most economical spell ever. But at some point in time, have you just gone to your laptop or your phone and be like, actually needs 65 runs to win the orange cap?
No, I don't think so. They are allowed.
Come on, you're telling me.
They are allowed. They are not allowed to have force.
Okay, but
I
okay,
think,
fine.
But I think every player has that in their mind.
True.
Like if they are, players say that we don't do it for states and all of it, but then they know that they are in that race and they have the chance to win it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she has a chance to script absolute cricketing folklore because she can win the purple
And that
and the
doesn't
orange
happen
cap.
quite often that you have chance in both the cases.
It never happens. So, for sure.
Yeah. So
So, in 1 second, Radha coming on to bowl, spin, not Shikhar Pandey.
Two shots from Radha has actually tilted even Meg Lanning to give her the ball.
Maybe.
But this is a surprise decision, to be honest.
For sure. I completely agree with Sanjay Bharti as well. good to see your comments coming. I'm not a Mumbai fan, but yeah, Mumbai win for Harmanpreet deserved today. Oh, Yasika Bhatia down the ground. She goes. There was long gone, but evades her for 4.
This ball had everything.
Everything on it. I mean, guys, spin. Talk to me. Why spin? No Shikha Pandey. Next, can you put a finger to it? Why?
Matchup. Jessica has had trouble against left arm spin and almost worked out to the plan. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't go your way. So they want Yastika. I think the clear plan from Mumbai is to keep going for your shots.
Oh,
And
they're
that-
going for that shot again, Nix. But this time she's got the fielder. And what is it with full tosses in this final, getting wickets, Gurkirat? Because you and me can have a pop at the Brabant right now, throwing up some full tosses, and we'll probably get wickets.
But Yasika was nearly caught
Nearly
the
caught.
previous delivery, and why would you still do that?
Shocking. Yeah, Gurkirat.
Same thing as
No.
Vishen said. It was a full toss. It had to be hit. Just was hit to the fielder.
Hit to the field and,
And
clung
she
on.
almost dropped it.
He almost dropped it. But rather, honestly, for the last 35 minutes, she could be
Superstar.
the impact sub, the invisible one. Obviously, it's not been involved with the women's game. But look, Yastika goes back for 4. Mumbai 13 for 1, chasing 132. It's one of those tricky totals that no one wants to chase specifically in a final. But Mumbai had that task. It's probably going to be Nat Siver, who also, mind you, is in the race for the orange cap. So both of them have something to play for personally, but more importantly, the team right now and that total. Sushant going on to say if there was KL instead of Haley to chase 132, KL would have played the over maiden because strike rates don't matter.
Irrespective of the score.
KL always comes in any conversation. This game will go down to the wire and hopefully Harman pulls it off. Yep, Sushant, I mean, if that is the script, we would love it. Or the script that Somesh insinuated earlier, the fact that Delhi to win by 1 or 2, that'll mean that bald ones with Western will be a new property in the cricket.com platform, according to Gurkirat. But Gurkirat will miss you in that meet. Come on. You contribute with all the heartiness and not to forget the hair. But yeah, rather, so 1 for 5, all the jokes said and done, this partnership, crucial,
Very,
right?
very crucial. And they don't have to take the risk also. They can play shots all along the ground. And then they have been on this stage for quite a long time. So they know how to play it. Maybe Yastika was trying to do, I don't know what, yeah, Radha Yadav, maybe those 2 shots. But then that wasn't required at that particular time, to be honest.
It was in 14 for 1 and a wide probably from the other yeah. Just going back to Vaishali here, Nick's mentioned it before we just ended the watch along in the first innings, right? Saying get 3 wickets and then, Jai Mata Di types. Honestly, when will you start being scared as a Mumbai fan? 14 for 1 right now, still no panic alarms. When will you start sweating?
I think if,
Market guy.
even one of them are out there, Ellie Matthews, Ned Xavier, Harmanpreet Kaur, I won't panic
Okay.
till the end. But all 3 of them, God forbid, that doesn't happen. If are out and in the dugout, then I might have a bit of
Anxiety.
thought in my mind. But then again, I know winning 132, they have the batting power to do it.
They
Even
do.
though all of them are out, but I don't want that to happen.
What are the chances of all these big guns going back to the dressing room for Mumbai and then
0%.
a mad partnership between Amanjot Kaur and Humaira Qazi to win the final?
I don't like that script. No. बिल्कुल ही पसंद नहीं है.
Oh my God. At least they can say, yeah, even we contributed in this tournament. Look,
I
jokes
think
apart
they can
though.
do the other way around.
100%.
If they see, a wicket falls here or 2, maybe they can promote them.
Yeah.
Because it's their game today. No risk, no pressure. I mean, pressure is there, obviously, final pressure. But then you don't have to score at a score of, 8 per over or so.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, like what Delhi did, they can learn from that mistake and then, kept their experience. They could have kept their experience better in the dugout and send the new ones to just build that partnership also. But if wicket falls also, Mumbai can follow that strategy.
True. Marizan Cup to continue here to Nat Siver, who plays it away to long on for the single. Gurkirat, I'll come to you right now. Just generally, right? If you were plying a trade for Delhi out there right now, you're chasing 132. What's the mindset and approach you would choose going out to chase this sort of total down? Is it going to be like, I'm going to knock this off in 15, 16 overs? Or would you be like, you know what, let's play the situation and take a page from the KL Rahul book there, I say?
No, I mean you have to find a balance. There's no point in getting bogged down either, because if you get bogged down, you allow the run rate to climb up. You just bat normally. I mean, play the situation. There is no need to take extra risk. But if there is a ball that comes to be hit, hit it. It's as simple as that. I mean, there is you don't want to take extra risk, because then that allows
And
because then
that's
that allows the opposition to come back through wickets, and you don't want to be too conservative either. Just bat normally. And I think what would, given MI also has decent batting depth, I think one batter at a point of time or on the crease will continue to take a few calculative risks. And this over, Nat Skiver knows that Cap has dismissed her thrice in 26 balls, so she was very aware of the matchup, just took the single and let Haley Matthews take over.
One second, you keep peering down. Are you checking out the cricket.com app?
Yes, I am checking out the numbers from the cricket.com app. I don't even have any other app on my phone.
He knows the right things to say, the man. Jay
That's not a
Mohammed.
lie. I don't lie. Avnish lies.
I lie only purely because of some comical elements to this watch along. Nothing really malicious.
so convenient, no, Avni?
Haley, Nat, and Harman, Delhi need these 3 wickets ASAP, saying Jay, who's also changed his image in the last 15 minutes since the last 25 minutes. 1 second. So, next, right now, who's the one Delhi bowler that Mumbai would want to play out? Is it Capsey? Is it Jonathan? Who's the 4 overs which are going to be absolutely gold dust in this innings for them?
See, as Gurkir Atli said, it's never going to be that they'll play out somebody just for the sake of it. I think they'll at one end you'll have it, and we'll have a holding job, and from the other end you'll keep seeing time to time risk. Uh, Ush, sorry, I think that almost rolled down to the stumps, but thankfully it didn't. So I think I'm very sure Jess Jonathan will also come into the attack very soon, probably the next over, and then you want Chica also to get in the attack. I think if somebody takes one in the over, then that's probably the only time that they'll want to see off, because these are the changes where you don't want to get stuck, because you get stuck, you suddenly lose two in an over, and then suddenly the cat is among the pigeons that okay, now how do we go about it? So I don't think they'll anyway be in a situation that let's get stuck. One person will always continue to take the risk and stay in touch with the rate so that you don't even have to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, well said, really. I think it just makes you think about certain matchups. And like Kukiyat was mentioning, even this particular one, Carp versus Siva, is a little battle amongst the wars, so to speak. What's the South Africa West Indies game? We're following it. Obviously, we're watching the other game right now, Jay. But yeah, even there, it was raining boundaries. Johnson Charles, 39 ball 100 and all that. You guys can check it on the cricket.com page. 22 for 1 after 3 overs. Shikha Pandey, surely this over, or do you think Radha Yadav again?
No, I think this time Shikha Pandey, because Radha Yadav got the
Wicket.
matchup or the wicket she was brought on for.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wouldn't want to risk it, because if an over goes for 12 or 13, you're already very back in the game.
Okay,
So
let me ask you this question, because it was a similar question that I asked Knicks. I know that they have certain go-to bowlers. Who would you want to see? Name 3 bowlers who you'd want to see bowl 4 overs today, no matter what.
Shikha Pandey definitely. Then Murray's and Cap, because they got the experience and everything. And then even
Capsy?
this spinner as well. And Jess Jonathan can do from the left, right, this thing also, so she can also trouble it.
Yeah.
But Shikha Pandey and Murray's and Cap for sure.
And
Now-
how are the others going to be playing their roles? Are we going to even see them? I mean, Arundhati Reddy, Minumani.
I think Jess Jonathan has just brought into the attack. I think
Interesting.
Minu Bani and all, I'm not really sure that they would be getting more than one over. But yeah, obviously, if the partnership goes for some big runs or something, Meg Lanning would definitely want to try. If they can kind of take the wickets and break that partnership. But then, if you are going to that level, that means you are already losing this game.
Yeah. 23 for 1.
I'm going to say wicket alert in this over.
Okay.
No.
Okay, love it. Love it. I like all the predictions because all 3 of them at times have been juggling the hat of Nostradamus / soothsayer. They've all, of course, learned from the master and Nix because he's got about 4 right. We have to keep like a
Check.
prediction, honestly, a board or something. Who gets the most? Oh, Gurkiat's got another one. Gurkiat's got another one, guys. What is happening on these
Okay.
watch-alongs? Which is a perfect chance for you guys to subscribe if you guys are into Nostradamus and soothsayers and all of that, because they're all in disguise right now. Haley Matthews, Subodh, you've jinxed it, because he went on to say, come on, Haley, win the orange cap, purple cap, and trophy by finishing the game. Make a statement saying how great a T20 cricketer you are. And she succumbed to a very strange fielding position, but it's worked wonders. Next.
Yes, again, the matchup rightly works out. So I think I told you, right? Jess Jonathan comes in next over, and then you get in Shikha Pandit from the other end. So it's probably going to the script in that sense. So yeah, I also well called to Gurkirat because it did feel that the risk will come, and it did not, and it came, but it did not work. So good call.
Also, the reason why I said that was because I was looking at the numbers against Jess Jonathan. Even though Skiver hasn't lost her wicket, but she's not really batted aggressively. And if Skiver was going to get stuck, there was a chance that Haley Matthews will take a risk.
Yeah.
And she's also a little slower sometimes, Jess Jonathan, especially when the pitch is providing assistance. So I just felt that she might just throw one slower, and she's also bowling a little slower. Ball might get stuck. So
Yeah, I mean, good call, Gurkirat, and really, really tough game to predict this right now, because look, wickets have
But
fallen.
it's all worth of final.
It's 100%. It's bubbling up to be one of the best finals ever. One of one, sorry, 1 for 1 in her first over, which is just going to be 2 for 1 in her first over. Harmanpreet's off the mark, 24 for 2, 4 overs gone. And now Mumbai will look at these two, because these two normally have come into situations before where they've come in and they've almost had batting practice in the middle. Now that practice has to come to some fruition, Vaishali.
Definitely. Now this partnership will be the most crucial,
Yeah.
and they would not want to take any unnecessary risk, take calculative risk. Even though they score like 6 or 7 per over, we are through the game.
Yeah. What is the matchup right now, guys? Because by the looks of things, Gurkirat and Nix go down that lane. What is the perfect matchup? Are we talking about Capsy and Jonathan here just to pull a good spell?
no, with respect to Harman, even though she's had a few quiet games, not scored a lot in last 4 games, and the numbers are also okay. I just think that it's her day, given the fact that I suppose she's the best women's T20 clutch player that we have seen in recent times for India. So I just think today it's her day, and she'll just bat till the end and you know
And
chase
also,
it
like,
down
I just
for
want her to
Mumbai.
stop the trophy now. It's enough. Like, she has been into the final so many times and not winning it. Like, I mean, it hurts, and she deserves it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
So
well,
she's bound to
that's
win.
any Indian player.
yeah, but for her, like, I don't know why, but I think she deserves it. Played some great knock, had good tournament, and then no, not nothing better than you are in the middle, winning that means scoring that winning run and winning this trophy, the first ever WPL. I think that would be great. So I would want her to be there till the last run score and then win this one.
No, for sure. Are you guys using some betting apps which are 1 or 2 balls ahead? Crazy predictions feels like Jannat movie where Imran Hashmi bets like crazy, says Jagmeet Singh Oberoi.
No, we don't use any such apps.
Yeah, neither are we hiding money in the dal or the sheikh kebabs, because that happens in the movie, if you remember.
Yeah.
Someday, police is going to land up at Nikhil's place for these predictions, and at my place for all the stuff that Avnish says, which
Yeah,
is so
definitely.
not true.
You are at big
Which is
risk
so.
to
They're going to go basically not even to Gurkirat's house, they're going to go to Gurkirat's basement parking lot.
no,
They'll check
they
the
will
DL number.
they will pick you first because you know the details. They'll pick you first. They're like, come, let's go, read it.
Looks like Paji has his script, says Jay Momaya. He might have more than the script. Like I said, last Dicky man.
This over 2 boundaries.
2 boundaries, okay, they're calling it. 25 for 2, 4.4. Those wickets, of course, also kind of put the brakes automatically unless you are coming across 2 counter-attacking batters. And these two are, but now they're respecting the situation because they know 132 is not really threatening. It's down their alley, and they have plenty of batting to come. As you can see, Amelia Kerr, Pooja Vastakar, and not to forget Izzy Wong, who's been doing everything right so far. So yeah, I mean, essentially, it's even Stevens right now. I'm trying to look at it from the critics' perspective. It's still 63 in Mumbai favor. Madison Cap
Going down.
appealing. It's going down next time. And again, our camera has seized.
It's a nice music.
Yeah,
Just
that's
when they
Gurki, that's
take the
cool.
review.
It's a nice
Yeah,
music, but not so nice calls.
Oh,
You
they
see
have
the
taken the
irony over there.
review. Oh God.
they
Like
have taken the review.
how often does a
It's
hitman
my
or a
grandmother calling. It's my grandmother calling. No one else.
Sir, you can say anyone. We are coming to check, so it's okay.
no, that's what I was gonna say, right? Like how
This is a
often
bad
is it?
review. I mean, you can't be taking this review.
Oh, this is a shocking review. This is like Kuldeep pleading Rohit the other day, saying, please lay low, by lay low.
And she's actually out of the crease as well. So,
And you can see middle stump there, so it's definitely going down leg.
or it could be umpire's call, but then it's going down the
Oh,
leg.
for
More
sure.
probability.
Oh, I can't keep my feet like that. For a second, I was just like, oh, it's my house, let me do anything. I was like, no
But you
chance.
did it anyway.
I did it. पाजी बैंगलोर कब जीत रही है बस इतना बता दो जय मुमैया.
That's a desperate review, you would say.
Come on, all you guys are making some bold predictions. Make some bold predictions. Bold though, 2031, 2033,
Whenever
2043.
you ball.
Whenever I'm bold, it's
See,
2033.
see the predictions the predictions that we make is on the basis of some some understanding and some prerequisite knowledge that is in play during the game. This is something which is very difficult to predict. I mean, to some extent, I can say it is not happening this season for Bangalore. I'm not so sure what squad that they might have next season. So not happening this season for me at least. Bangalore winning. I don't see that happening this season.
Unfortunate. I hope he absolutely gets
By the
that
way,
prediction wrong. Sachin going on to say,
No, you
Nick,
look at the number of injuries as well. I don't think Hasranga is available for the first few games.
true.
I mean, why am I even talking about this? If you want to know why Bangalore might struggle or may not win, you have to go back and watch the Western show that we did today live.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No, I mean it's a good plug-in, and plus I think Dan Gurkirat and So mentioned some good points about both Bangalore and Punjab. So it's a riveting watch. They're going to be doing the next live, I think, on Tuesday evening, and we'll keep you updated with what teams that they're going to do it with. Sachin Upadhyay going on to say, and Nix and Vaishali take this one. Will we see a captaincy masterclass from Meg Lanning? Remember, so far she's got her bowling changes spot on. She's made some real cute fielding placements as well. I mean, just cute. I was trying to find the word because that wicket, of course, came to the fore. Vaishali, are we going to see a captaincy masterclass
I
from
hope
Meg?
not.
No?
Because it's like obviously they won't give it very easily. They
True.
will fight for it, and after that partnership, definitely they have that cushion to fight for it.
Yeah.
But then, if Mumbai plays 20 over, I think they're gonna win it. So masterclass and all is there, but then you have to see the reality and
Okay.
accept it.
I mean, both of them, Nick said if Mumbai plays 20 overs, they will probably get across the line. And I don't think many will disagree with that thought. But right now, it gives me the impression that Mumbai are facing themselves. You know what Mumbai have done to other teams in this competition, right? Like just get on certain oppositions like a rash. Delhi are doing that right now. 26 for 2, 5.5. That's a remarkable fight back in the grander scheme of things.
Yeah, so there is a risk coming. 5 of 16 for Skewer.
Yeah.
She's either just rotating strike. So we'll see a chance any which way next over. So 7th over, maybe it is that Shagun over maybe for Delhi to get
Yeah.
that next
I
wicket.
hope
But
it's
no,
over
I
for
think
Mumbai.
I think this pair will avoid the risk taking till the time
Yeah.
maybe the run rate doesn't reach 8. It's still under 8
yeah, but
because
it's 7.5. It's not like too far. So I think
yeah,
there
yeah.
is what there's like I think they just need 1 or 2 boundaries at max. If they get it in the next 2 overs, they will be sorted. They will not take any
Yeah,
other risk.
one boundary will do it.
Yeah.
If I was Meg Lanning, the temptation to bowl Carp the fourth one will be there, given how she's troubled, how she's troubled Nat Skiver in the past, and how she's even gotten Harmanpreet a couple of times. So maybe, but at the same point of time, you can also try and play the bluff by bowling a Radha Yadav and try and see if the batters succumb to that temptation. So very interesting to see what is the bowling change over here.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the lowest ever score that Mumbai have managed to make in this year's competition in terms of power plays, 27 for 2. Personally, for them, that is. Of course, we've seen lower. But look, it makes you think how well Delhi have come back in this game. Speaking of people who've contributed in that comeback, it's Shikha Pandey. Now she has the ball in her hand and she's bowling with, I mean, two batters who, of course, are trying to just resurrect this innings right now. Natsiva Brunt, like Nick's mentioned, hasn't got going at all, facing almost 3 overs for 7 runs, and Harmanpreet just 2 of 4. So it'll be interesting how the game meanders from this moment onwards. Meg, bring Capsy is a chance in the comments below from Jay. I think Capsy is inevitable. Whether it's the 7th over, the 8th over, she will be brought on and bowl her 4. But right now, like Gurkirat and Nixon mentioned, that these two will take their time because they know that 132 is not the most fiercest of targets. But look at this little onslaught that if you guys missed, it was a partnership of 52.
Of 24.
Do not rub your eyes. 52 of 24, which is quite ridiculous. And some power packed hitting, as you guys can see, from Radha, out of all people, more than Shikha. But look, Shikha has the ball right now, and she's bowling to Harman. Harman has delivered in this tournament. She's not been as woeful as someone like Smriti Mandhana, but of course, lots of people in the comments saying, can she get over the line? It's against her old nemesis and Meg Lanning. Lanning's planning and plotting against her. I know you're a big Mumbai fan, but what is the biggest fear watching Harman bat right now? Because she's not going to do something stupid like a Shefali or Kiran Nivgiri,
Just
right?
one fear I have, top edge. When she sweeps, the top edge. That's all. Nothing else.
That's the one shot.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. So far, it's been a beautiful over. Just 4 balls. I mean, just 1 run in the 4 balls that she's bowled. And there's a little bit of nerve starting to creep in, I'm guessing.
I think 2 boundaries and then that will settle down. So it's okay if the bowler is, throwing some good deliveries. It's okay to give respect. The run rate is in your control. The score is in your control, and you can do it. So it's okay. You want to settle down, take some time, no problem in that.
I mean, just thinking about it, they got 131, but right now, Gurkirat, the next, it's making it look like it's a 160 track because 28, I mean, for 2 and 7 overs, still is quite a far distance away, right, Nix?
Yeah, and I think you can see how smartly Delhi have bowled in terms of not giving them anything to just free their arms, and so they have to take a risk to get a boundary, and that's how you want it to be. And maybe it's also a reflection how the deck is actually, because you see that's a great over. We just wrap
great
up
over.
just one of it. Yeah, just one of it.
Just one of it.
So I think it just tells you how and why like Meg has the word and the tactic head that she has, that she's not making it easier for them to dictate terms.
Yeah.
And that's the best place to be in. And the rate is now 8. So there is that risk or a wicket coming. Let's see if it comes through. And it's now whether she goes to Capsy or Radha Yadav, they'll look to take that 1 over only, and then they'll go back again to just dinking, nudging around so that the rate is again under control and under 7. So
I mean, from a Mumbai perspective, then who do they target? Because you're talking about options where are fantastic options of the ball from a Delhi perspective. How will Harman and Natsiva break out of this little monotony that they're in?
see, I think both of them have a slight weakness to left arm. And yeah, as I said, Radha is back. So one of them will definitely take a chance. I probably feel Harman might go over covers more than sweeping just as of now.
Yeah.
And this that one boundary also will ease the pressure that they don't have to take the risk. But if it doesn't come and Radha is able to cramp her up and cause a mistake that will get her stumped or get her bowled on the cut, then the game suddenly gets up, because then you need to think about what else do I do.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's gone for the sweep on the full toss. So yeah.
On the full toss, and the full toss has been a very successful delivery this time around in the final. Is Nixa so bored he's playing a game when we can hear it? I don't think he's playing a game. I think that's Gurkirat, where he's hearing music from his phone.
Yeah, let's see the risk.
Oh, inside
Oh,
out, inside
Skiver-
out. That's a
Skiver does
brilliant
that.
shot from
I
Natsiva.
think that
Yeah.
is the short, pressure releasing shot, and now she should bat in the field.
Oh, 100%. And I keep thinking to myself, like, yup, Delhi smell blood in terms of another wicket. By the way, I smell food because I think Somesh just got his truffle steak, if my nostrils and my senses serve me right. Is it truffle soap? Ah, it's truffles. It's truffles. I don't know. Gukirat's still
prediction.
wondering about chicken steak. 34 for 2, by the way, 7.3. Pakistan, a none for 2 against Afghanistan, and now they're 19 for 2. Afghanistan doing good. Wow. There's lots of cricket happening. Of course, cricket.com, the one stop destination. 98 of 74, 21 balls for her 12 so far, Nat Siver. And she's trying to at least get a couple of boundaries to get the momentum back into this Mumbai innings. 35 2. Gurkiaz, you normally like predicting the 10 over mark scores. What is the 10 over mark scores that Delhi will be happy with compared to Mumbai's? Give us both, please. And we'll take
Delhi would
questions after.
Delhi would be happy with 50 for 3.
50 for 3,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I think Mumbai would be happy with 60. I don't think they are going to get 60 for 2. But yeah, they'll probably try for 20 runs in the next 2 overs, wherein the chance might come for Delhi to make it 50 for 3. But yeah, I think one of them is now going to let loose. Don't know who will.
Who is that?
Probably it
Who's
would
your
be
money on?
Skiver.
Siver?
I think Skiver will probably take a few more risks than Harman. Harman probably will look to
Okay.
bat through.
I think, but then 50 looks achievable. 14 runs in 2 overs, and I think they should try at least targeting 50, not losing a wicket. And Net Savior, since she got that boundary, so she should get going now. And one of them will definitely try to bat all the overs to get those runs. But I think Net Savior is the one who's gonna take the risk, and they would be at least somewhere around 50 without any further wickets.
Okay. I mean, let's see who bowls the next 2 overs then, because I think most probably it's going to be Capsy, maybe another one from Johnson, because Radha conceded in the odd boundary this over, but she's still decently done well on the night. Chapal Cho saying, I will take a dip in the Ganga River to purify my sins for witnessing Mumbai win the Women's T20 League.
Why are you even saying that? To go and see?
Honestly, Chapal Cho. Chapal Cho, tell us, who do you support? I mean, honestly, we could get to know
And
each
what's
other
your name
better.
as well?
And what's your real name? Yeah. Mumbai making the match interesting now. Lanning is really smart in setting those fields. Singles also becoming tough for them. Goes on to say Jagmeet Singh Oberoi. Jagmeet, good to see you. I hope you won your voucher, which you should have a long time ago, but the Instagram boys must have reached out to you. I'll also take this opportunity right now, given the fact that it's a strategic timeout, to tell you all some of the content you guys can be privy to see on the website and the app. I'm talking about in terms of the women's lens. We've put together all the stats for the Indian domestic finds of the competition so that people like Shriyanka Patil, Seka Ishaq, Asha Shobna, Tanuja Kanwar, the names go on. That's a good video. The other videos which are going to be coming out is, of course, the Western shows, if you guys haven't checked that out already. It's all available right now on the YouTube channel. So, of course, give us a subscribe and the notification bell becomes your best friend. Guys, just want to ask you guys, because it's the last day of the watch along in terms of the Women's T20 League, that is, which game have you enjoyed doing the most personally and from a tournament perspective?
I think the game that serves me is the Grass Harris show. That
That
was
one?
amazing. Like we were not expecting that they will chase it down. We were doing it together,
That's
but
true.
then that game will remain with me, I think, forever.
Okay.
That was amazing.
The Grace Harris show.
Yeah.
For me, it's Sophie Devine and her 99, guys. I don't know about you. You know I'm being slightly biased here, but to see that kind of hitting was quite ridiculous. And like I think Som put it on Twitter, the most famous 99 in the game that he's seen. So that's for me and Grace Harris for Vaishali. What about you, Nix? And Gurkirat, will get your thoughts at the end as well.
I think hard to look past Grace Harris one.
Yeah.
The margin of it, the way first game of the season in trouble and to pull off from there, 13 2 overs, not something that happens very regularly, even though you say it can be done with the resources, but and it was the manner in which it was done. So I think that definitely takes the cake for me.
Okay, super. So 2 Grace Harris, 1 Sophie Devine. There's another game that I'd really liked covering with you guys, and I think it was the Mumbai versus UP game, which Eccleston finished it off with the bat. They were chasing 128,
Oh, yeah.
and I think I was in Team Nikhil on that day, obviously, because who supports Mumbai? Of course.
No, because you wanted RCB to be alive in the
Yeah, and I wanted RCB to be alive.
No,
So
no, that was in some other game. That was Gujarat versus UP game.
yeah, so
Where-
Gurkirat, what is it for you? Is it the Grace Harris show? Is it Sophie Devine's Whirlwind 99?
Yeah, actually, Grace Harris's innings was
Sure.
Sure.
Grace Harris's innings was actually quite exceptional.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sophie Devine I just wish to see a six hitting competition between the two of them, Sophie Devine and Grace Harris.
That'll actually be some
That's
watching
yeah.
and viewing. Can we expect these Radha Shikha partnerships in India chases someday, or is it just only for landing? What an inspired fight back for Delhi, says Abhinav Gupta.
We would want
Well,
to.
Pooja did it once, and we all loved that.
Didn't
So
Pooja and Sneh do it once? Sneh Rana?
Yeah,
yeah,
they did.
yeah, yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You'll get.
It's
This is why the tournament is important, to
Yeah.
tell them that they can do it at on a regular basis, that is against good bowlers under pressure as well. So ideally, you don't want to get into those situations where they have to do something of these sorts, but it just gives assures them as well that okay, we can do it someday.
Yep, absolutely. If you guys are peering at on your TV sets, they're showing the best catches of the tournament. They've given some sensational ones, which just goes on to show how great the fielding aspect in the women's game has gone
Short day.
onwards and upwards. Pulled away again on the front foot, just a single.
By the way,
Got seven
by
this
the way,
over.
by the way, going a little off track, there's been a lot of talk about Suryakumar Yadav's three ducks. Abdullah Shafiq has four consecutive ducks now. Not golden ducks, but yeah,
Really? How is
yeah.
Abdullah Shafiq is the same guy who got that 168 goal? Was that the same guy?
Against
Yeah.
Australia,
No, against Sri
Against
Lanka,
Australia,
the 160 that he scored, is that Abdullah Shafiq, the same guy, right?
I think so.
yeah. He in the fourth innings, correct?
Yeah,
Fourth,
but
yeah.
he's playing T20s now for Pakistan.
Yeah.
Hello?
Mohammad Nabi is still playing for Afghanistan, though Abdullah Shafiq can definitely play for Pakistan.
Look, in Nabi's case, at least he's a veteran of some sort. Shafiq, I mean, he's a test match merchant, right?
Yeah, but when you play on roads, it's hard to distinguish between who is a test match merchant and who is a highway merchant. So
Yeah, careful now. You don't want to, of course, go against the PSL ambassador that Gurkirat is. And he says that on mute. He says that on mute as well.
I was the one who said that it is extended version of Hong Kong Sixes, a slander name now which is being used. But I still enjoy that league. I mean, I love to see boundaries and sixes in T20s. But yes, I think it goes overboard, and it's very difficult to then pick and choose the right talent when you have pitches like that. Because as a bowler, then you'll also take an economy rate of 9.5 while playing on those pitches. And on those pitches, I don't think a strike rate of 145 or 150 is also enough. So you can't really then select teams properly.
Interesting. Okay, here we go. Capsy is on, and this is where it could really be make or break in terms of the game. She
Oh,
swept
wow.
her first up for
Yeah,
four.
that didn't look like it go over.
Yeah, it was
will
not a
go for four.
convincing
Yeah.
sweep shot, but look, it's about the result at times, and the result yields a 49 for 2, 9.1. Gurkirat and Vaishali have got their 50s within the 10th over mark. But now, again, it comes down to wickets, right? Because both of you guys are mentioning
Yeah, I think she'll take another chance against Capsy.
in this over.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if she fancies a chance against the off spinner. 49 for 2, and that's Harmanpreet's first boundary of the night.
She has hit before.
Second
Square
boundary of the
peg,
night. She
yeah.
pulled one in the previous over. But again, the field is onside heavy, leg side heavy, that is.
Because she likes to hit sweeps.
Yeah, and that's probably just been a similar field for most of the batters in this tournament. She'll take the single. So 50 comes up.
Without losing a wicket.
A little bit of course, what's the right word? Surgery required in this Mumbai chase, which the two surgeons out there doing, Harmanpreet and Nat Silver. Chapal Chor saying the men's tournament should introduce new jerseys for the teams, matching every turban of Gurkirat Paji, and then we should have a colorful tournament. I mean, Chapal Chor, where do you come up with this? I thought I was bizarre at times, but you truly take the mantle, my friend.
Yeah, I don't have I don't have a turban. No, now Lucknow have changed their jersey, but I don't have I don't have that colored turban. Apart from that, I have one in yellow. I have more than one in blue.
Do you have the
in
Royals
red.
pink?
Yeah, I have pink. I've
Do you
worn
have
it
the two
on.
distinguishing reds between the Punjab and the Bangalore?
So yeah, one of them is a bright red, but it's not the one that I wear too often. And there's also there's also mixed between light pink and a hot red. So I think that can compensate for Punjab's color.
For sure. Guys, do you think we'll ever see the concept of home jerseys and away jerseys?
Only RCB
It has
that.
been there. Rajasthan actually did that in 2010, but they
Bangalore also
discontinued
had
it.
it.
At
Bangalore also had
2017.
it.
Bangalore
Yeah, I
also
know
had it
they,
in
but
2016.
Bangalore obviously want to try different things which normally don't work out. So I don't know whether that'll be a
Bangalore has 3 jerseys. No, one for that green game as well. Like
three
the
jerseys and 3 titles which we were robbed of. Obviously, for sure. Goes without saying. Pulled away again.
but then
And
it's
that's brilliant fielding from Cap. Ooh, good throw as well. So decent over. Just I mean, what 7 off it?
So my prediction comes in.
Yeah, your prediction was spot on. 51 for 2, 10 overs gone. So they still need about 80. Yeah, for sure. And Bangalore had the ugliest green jersey. Yeah, for sure. I mean, not the ugliest. I think still the ugliest jersey ever. It's probably Kochi Tuskers, guys.
Green, no. Orange,
Not
maybe.
green, but generally in terms of
I think
aesthetics.
that I think the one that DC had, the almost no color, don't know what it is jersey is, whether it is grey or orange or what that. The one that had Darren Semi was there,
Oh
and
yeah,
he did
yeah,
that celebration. I think so. The celebration was great, but jersey not so much.
That
yeah.
was Hyderabad.
Hyderabad,
That's what I said. DC. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the DC doesn't always have to be Delhi.
Yeah, I actually my mind went there. But yeah,
Yeah,
I,
yeah.
I think Lucknow's jersey this time is also bizarre. I mean, the
yeah.
name of
It
the
is.
team is not visible on that jersey. How can you come up with such design? I mean, both me and Nikhil have worked in digital media. We used to get so much flack by clients or even our own managers that how can you have, how can you make a graphic which doesn't really show the name which is important.
Maybe the mandate was like strike race. The team name also doesn't matter.
that was
I mean, if their jersey this year is bizarre, like Gurkirat rightly says, last year it was almost like a pandemic suit. If you guys know, you know, or a
But that
night
was
suit.
cool actually.
Yeah.
The tournament needs different color jersey. You need a. I'm not saying get a fluorescent green or a Sydney Thunder kind of jersey, but get different jerseys.
Oh, for sure. Jay going on to say they should hire me. I designed a great jersey for my gully cricket team. I nearly read
you
that.
have a jersey in gully cricket team.
I nearly read that as gilly cricket. Knowing you guys know, you know. But yeah, I think there was another comment from Chuchang.
That's by the way, gully cricket was the inspiration from where I came where I came up with the name of gilly cricket.
Oh
It's
really?
just
I wouldn't have thought. I don't know. Is it
I'm sure others would have got it, but I was not sure about you, so I had to be obvious when it comes to you.
Love you, buddy. Just pulling your foot as ever. Rather into the attack, still continuing, and it's a dangerous sweep shot that Vaishali keeps saying that could be the undoing for Harman. But so far, so good.
No,
Yeah,
she
so
loves it.
Harman's gone into that mode where
Worried about the top edge. That's all.
Okay, the top edge.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gurkiat. Yeah, what were we saying?
Harman's gone into that mode where she's forgotten that the offside exists.
I think she'll show you a
Channelizing
a shot
her
in the next
inner
over.
Mohammad Rizwan, for
No.
sure.
She'll show you the shot in the next some balls.
In the next
So
couple of
you
balls, for
guys
sure.
will remember there is a offside.
Do you think Radha will complete her quota of 4 overs? She's bowled 3.
I think by the looks of it, it looks like Meg Lanning has full support to Radha today.
So they have Jess
After-
Jonathan,
She just got
Radha,
awestruck
Capsy.
after those 2 sixes.
Oh, for
So
sure. She wouldn't have probably seen that in
why-
live.
No.
It's still a decent over, even though that wide was there. 4 off it, 55 for 2, 11 gone, and still 77 required from the last 11. Sorry, so the last 9,
9.
beg your pardon.
They've got it to push away from less than 7 to 8.5. So
Okay.
couple of more tight overs. I'm not saying anything can happen, but just makes it for a good delayed kind of push from Mumbai.
Oh, for sure. You know, like, remember watching the Star Sports dugout and they had that wicket alert thing? We should reintroduce that for the CDC watch-alongs. Especially whenever Nix or Vaishali or Gurkirat predicts a wicket. Maybe Shaunak should introduce a sound where it just goes whoop, 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 whoop.
That's an over sound.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gurkirat was on air with us when the alarms went off, but that was just quite crazy.
I was listening. I wasn't there, but I was listening.
Man, it was nuts. It was honestly nuts. So Capsy to continue, and Siva's got a little bit of bat in that, and she'll probably come back for two.
Three. No.
So she's looking
Shada,
for
good
a
to see
couple of
you in
boundaries
the
then in
evening
this over.
chat as well. Lakta has the worst jersey ever. So many useless sponsors.
Sponsors are never useless. That's how we get the invoices done. So
True.
yeah,
What
but
about
let's
this
look for two
jersey, boy?
boundaries. Sorry.
You think Rohit likes his jersey? By the looks of things, he's smelling it right now, and he's like, Rohit is just Rohit, bro. He's typically good, dude.
Typically Mumbai born.
Typically Mumbai, the Lotus. Many people are saying, like, I don't know the joke if you guys saw it earlier when the jerseys were released in the women's. They were comparing each sponsor to how they'll finish in the tournament. So, for example, Mumbai, Lotus, so they're blooming and they've bloomed to win the competition. Bangalore had Kajaria, which was like lions at
Who
the
did this
bottom,
analysis?
bottom on the floor. I think the other one was, what was Delhi? Yeah, JSW, strong, very strong as cement.
You
They were
can
having
sense a risk.
some people on Twitter, basically. Sorry, yeah, Nix.
You can sense something's got
Yeah,
to give.
Something's
yeah.
going to give.
The sweep by her.
Oh,
Oh,
reverse.
she's reverse sweep. Yeah, okay. 4.
Oh, it is not very often you see a misfield from Jess Jonathan. Alice Capsy can't believe it.
Yeah, Jonathan doesn't want to look at landing right now.
Bro, I mean,
Yeah,
she doesn't
she
want
would
to
want to
be in
look
that
like
same hotel with Lanning tonight
yeah,
because she's run her out and there's a
yeah.
misfield. Quite ridiculous. But yeah, Shada,
Just
thanks for that comment. And subscribe and tell some people we're building up to 20,000 before the men's tournament. I thought you guys did, especially Paji, the jersey, the team's name with their logo. Not fan of the team with jersey, but a KL fan, just like the strike rate in jerseys are overrated. Such an Upadhyaya.
No, I hope before I hope I get that T-shirt. T20 is a fickle format before the men's tournament.
Yeah, for sure. Are you coming to Bangalore for the men's tournament?
I will be there. Somesh is yet to tell me what is the window. We'll see when.
Basically, he's going to look at the Bangalore Delhi game at Chinnaswamy and then book his tickets accordingly.
That's a good shot.
Pulled away.
4-4.
Pulled away for 4.
And boundaries are coming.
And it's coming against Alex Capsy, who you do not expect. I mean, she's normally very miser, but she's just maybe erred in length today. And I mean, Nix, I mean, is there anything else to it, or do you think Nat Siva now has this game well in control?
yeah, but you wouldn't want somebody like Alice Capsy to settle down. You wouldn't
Yeah.
want to give her 3 wickets also. Sometimes it just happens that you get wickets because of batters making mistakes. But I think as we saw, the rate was getting above 8.5, and then you would not want it to let it go. So, which is why I said you could see 2 boundaries, and we've seen them. I think we'll keep seeing these now. I think Mumbai will now want to break away from the chase and not let Delhi get back into this by anyhow, because I do feel uh, Lanning might get Cap back for her last over very soon. If not now, at least the next one. So, because now is the time to break the stand.
Okay, so far no Cap yet because again a sweep shot and it's 4. There was 12 of the last over and this one started with 4. So look, Mumbai really putting the foot on the accelerator. In particular, Harman, she's sweeping, even though it's a scary shot like Vaishali admitted earlier. It is getting the runs. I will reveal my name if Delhi win, goes on to say Chapal Chor.
You can simply say that you don't want to reveal.
Yeah, Chapal Chor, I don't know. Where are you from? Tell us that, man. Creating some curiosity.
Then he'll say, I will reveal when the RCB wins.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised Meg Lanning went up to Jess Jonathan right now because she's telling her, Jess, get it right. Otherwise, or whatever Aussie slang that they might be going at each other. I will give everyone 5 crore if Delhi win. Jai Mumaya. It's fine. Gurkirat anyway has 5 crore in the car in 2 big black bags.
What's up with Harmanpreet in reverse sweeps today?
Bro, if I give you 5 crore, Gurkirat, which Delhi player would you invest in? Go back to the auction and invest in.
Basically, buy a player.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, like given how the previous auction went, I'd rather have Delhi pick Klassen over one of Salt or Rosu.
Interesting. Interesting. Who's going to keep for Delhi this time around, by the way?
Sarfaraz Khan.
Sarfaraz.
Maybe Sarfaraz.
They don't have any other option.
Yeah, they're going with Sarfaraz because Sarfaraz dhoka nahi dega.
And I think they auctioned some people, Mid Sisodia and all of them. But I think in all likely, Sarfaraz will open also, and I think will keep also.
Shaw and
No,
Warner?
he's not opening. He's not opening. Shaw and Warner would open. He's
Papa
not opening.
Ponting
Shaw-
has a lot of choices to make. Papa Ponting.
Only for top 3.
Only for top 3. Even Shub was backing Rahman Pawar. Like Shub knows him for like 23 years and they've shared great memories playing, I don't know, like Coco on the beaches of Jamaica types.
But this is the best time to play Robin because he's had a great second wing as a batter, as a T20 player. Even today in the game that they lost, he picked up a wicket, scored handy runs, lowered on the order, and so I mean this is the best time to use them. I actually felt that Gurkirth would say that I'll get some cover for hamstring problems for some of the Aussies, but glad he didn't say that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Delhi go by their business.
Yeah.
I
My
think
Swiggy guy has taken the wrong route.
he's taken the wrong route. I mean, I've been getting some funny cricket names on Swiggy. Whoever's delivering my food nowadays. Yesterday it was Imran Khan. The other day before that it was Vinay Kumar. There's some crazy cricketing
Okay.
names.
When you called that delivery boy named Imran Khan, when you asked him, "Bhaiya, order kahan hai? Late nahi ho gaya?" Did he tell you आपने घबराना नहीं है?
And after delivery,
Fastest delivery. I was like, don't break my toes. Just
No,
deliver
he
my-
must have said, "आपने घबराना नहीं है, मैं order लेके आ रहा हूँ."
जय माया से पाजी की अलग ही प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है.
यार देखो लाइफ में 3 चीजें होती हैं इंपॉर्टेंट, रोटी कपड़ा और मकान. तो
Oh.
उसमें भी सबसे आगे रोटी है.
That is true. Guys, concrete on cricket. He means
I think he means concentrate.
concentrate. I
and
know.
especially on women's.
Bro,
cricket.
time out चल रहा है.
Concentrate on
We
spelling, Vasant.
We
Just joke.
also need a timeout.
Yeah, time out and हंसी मजाक होती है रहती है क्रिकेट मैचों में. It's fine. It's a joke in
Which
life.
mode you
बड़े
are in?
बड़े watchalongs में ऐसी छोटे जोक्स क्रैक होते रहते हैं.
I'm in the mode, similar mode that Gurkirat's in right now, constantly checking Swiggy, checking where the hell my chicken steak is, or as other people say, chicken steak. I don't know, most people say steak, but steak, by the way. I think in the women's game,
When are you giving
Delhi
it
versus
better?
Mumbai. Oh, I need to give that. Pending Vaishali treats also there. Delhi versus Mumbai will become the biggest rivalry in the years to come. It'll be similar to the Liverpool Manchester United one in the Premier League. Maybe like the Mumbai Chennai game. Do you think that's the rivalry that is brewing already?
For WPL?
Mm.
Yeah, I think because if they have emerged as the top two, I think
The guy's here.
He's here. He's here.
yeah, but whenever
One sec, shall I decode this phone call or shall I let it be? Oh,
you
he's
do
off
it, it's fun.
It's-
Concentrate on the game. I'll just go and receive my order. You concentrate on the game.
Yes, I did order my steak from Truffles. I basically copied Somesh, who had his dinner like 20 minutes ago, and I'm starving right now. Jay Mumaya going on to be chatty, saying Paji game खेल रहा है, Swiggy से order कर रहा है, match देख रहा है, watchalong कर रहा है, proper PM candidate. Bro, you know, essentially, who was our prime minister before Mr. Modi? It was, of course, one of Gurkirat's clan. If you guys know, you know. By the way, coming back to the game in all seriousness, 79 for 2, 13.3. Is it a dead rubber now, Vaishali? Or are we simply selling it to the viewers to keep the watch along interesting?
I don't think so. It's a dead rubber.
59 of 39, come on.
Yeah, you will win it in any other day, but final is final, right? So you want to make it interesting, but then yeah, it's not very easy to score runs.
For sure.
We have seen the easy singles being stopped and all of it. So yeah, see like this. So
Yeah, I sympathize with Delhi fans right now because they really had their head in the game. 26 for 2, 6 overs, 28 for 2, 7 overs. And right now, the way Harman and that Siva Nix have kind of just swung the pendulum back into Mumbai's favor. I know it's not shifted drastically, but the ease at which these guys have batted in this partnership is something to really take note of, right?
Then the target allows them to do that because the rate is
And
not.
your smile is a good one by the looks of it.
Yes, at least it's making somebody's day good. So yeah, I think getting back to the game, the target is such that you don't have to take any other risk. They
Correct.
know there are enough options to take, and they have been getting boundaries in the last few overs. So had they not been getting them, then there would have been more pressure because I still think 52 and 37, the fielding side has enough chance. It's just about getting two in an over. You get these two together in one over, the game can still turn around. But as credit to Delhi, they've done well so far to not let Mumbai drift away. There were a couple of misfields as well. You take them out, you add 10 runs here, suddenly this game has a lot more riding. So
Yeah.
I think that's what Delhi are trying to do. You have, as I said, Marizan would bowl out. She has bowled out. So probably Shika coming back, and now is when you need that over of 2 wickets. If you
Yeah.
don't get in the next 2 overs, then one of them will start taking more risk and just close the game out for you.
Yeah, and it makes you just think about how they can get wickets right now because that's what the demand is. What is the method? Can Meg Lanning do something extraordinary? Maybe what she's done with her crafty field placements as well, Vaishali. Is there anything that she can play on the ego? Maybe Gurkirat mentioned it a while ago that Harmanpreet is not even looking at the offside and she's just purely playing everything onside. Can she use that to her advantage?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That stop the sweeping shot from Harmanpreet and let's see what she can do.
But
Apart
how
from
would you stop it first? By the changing the bowler or changing the field?
field,
Okay,
because bowler, I think Harmanpreet's go-to shot is sweep shot. So
correct.
irrespective of the bowler, she's gonna play it like
She's going to
this.
play it again. That was in middle and leg, and she
Yeah.
swept, and she's going to get four more. And
Oh,
that really doesn't help Delhi scores right now. And Minu Money, not really good there. Four and crucial runs being leaked right now. Do you think Norris would have made the good difference today? Asked Jay. You never know. I mean, she had the fifer to gloat about earlier in the tournament. She's, of course, an associate, so it wouldn't have really cost anyone else. In these sort of questions, I mean, in hindsight and retrospect, Jay, you can look at it two ways. But look, right now, 47 runs can still be defended, like Nick said, but it's about wickets and it's about who you're going to be throwing the ball to. Similar to the India Australia semi, India needed around this range, and Meg is captained well around this time. So, what's his space, says Vasan
but
Narayan?
then it had a different batting order,
Oh,
right?
100%.
So
I
that
think he's just drawing the comparisons in
yeah,
terms of Meg Lanning.
that's right.
Oh, she tried a
Oh,
reverse sweep. It was very slow. It was tossed up by Radha, who's completing a four overs. Maybe because of that confidence, like Vaishali mentioned, that with the bat in hand. So 85 for two, and I think it's pretty much job done. Gurkirat, we've seen this before where a Mumbai captain has really done Delhi in a final precisely 3 years ago. Do you remember that day?
Yeah, I remember it quite clearly. But uh, yeah, I've said this before. Uh, there was not a contest in that game, given how strong Mumbai were that day and the form that Mumbai had. So yeah, I mean this game has been a lot more closer than that one, and I think a lot of credit for that goes to the Delhi bowling as well as the field placements of Meg Lanning. I think she's really had some very good field placements, especially early on when this partnership when these two batters came together. She was not giving any easy singles, but unfortunately the score is not enough to put that consistent pressure that you can force a mistake. And then there have been a couple of misfields that just give that boundary which is needed.
She's gone through the offside, but no success this time. But look, still under six, essentially. So Mumbai have really not gotten away with it, but they'd be very happy in the positions they find themselves. 87 for two, 5 overs in the bag, and they're chasing
But
about what?
yeah, nine runs and over for the last five. They can go for their swings now.
They can.
Oh,
that was
Nearly, nearly.
close.
Oh, and a Delhi fan coming to the fore in Gurkirat there for the first time this evening. Gurkirat, more of those emotions going ahead in the men's tournament, I hope, because more animated you are, it's more, bigta hai, bhai, bigta hai.
ज्यादा एनिमेशन होने पे अगर अंदर का पंजाबी बाहर आ गया तो सेंसरशिप करनी पड़ सकती है.
No, no, we won't go that far. But look, 87 for two, 15 gone. 45 for two. I mean, sorry, 45 of the last five with 8 wickets in the hand. 90% of the time, you're going to be in the batting cap, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So that 10%, is it happening?
No,
Thank God. Thank God for my hair. Thank God for all of that. But honestly, I just
but then
think
now they should take start taking the risk,
Yeah.
hit the shot, because now you are at the position. You were trying to build a partnership that time and do the damage recovery that time, because you lost two earlier wickets. But now it's the time you go play
And
your
plus, right now, like Nick said it, like if you go for it and then you lose wickets, then again, it's not going to be easy for the new batter to walk in and immediately start
and
meeting
score at
9 over.
9. So yeah, this like you just go and hit it now.
Okay,
Enough.
so Shikha,
That's a
oh,
wide.
she's nearly top of the leg stump, but it's going to be called wide, is it? She
No, it's
knows it.
not been called. It's
No,
not
it's
been
not being
called.
called wide.
So let's get a wicket then this over. Just
Let's get a
to
wicket. Let's take a comment as well from Som, who says credit to Nat
Two
Siva so
boundaries.
far. Even though she couldn't get the score moving at all earlier, she did not resort to the bad shot. Staying with Harman was important. And I think that's honestly a good point to the rest of the Indian young batters,
Yeah.
that they can look at her innings of substance and been like, she's not played a shot in anger. She's not had the rush of blood. And so many times we've seen it, right? I can state multiple examples at the top of my head. Kiran Navgire comes to mind. Maybe the other Indian batters. I'm not singling
No,
Kiran
I
out,
completely
of course.
agree.
But generally,
I was just expecting
Yeah, but
to me after saying Kiran Navgire. No, but I agree to this, that even though you have not had a good batting so far, like you are not able to score even at the score of 100, but then you can still be there, and if you trust your shot, back your shot, you can go through it. Is what I'm trying to say.
agreed. Gurkirat, next on this point that Soms brought up, is it also because Nat Siva has runs in her belt in this tournament? She's looked confident pretty much more often than not. Only today she was in a spot of bother, but she relied on her self-belief and, of course, a partner at the other end.
Yeah, and she is Nat Siva. She is Nat Siva for a reason, and
Yeah.
she is someone who has almost no red flags against any of the bowling types. As much, say, glaringly, you could always get
Yeah.
out to good ball. You could always get out to good swing bowling, but she is someone who knows her game inside out, and she's at that stage of the career where she knows she can catch up, if at all she messes up, and that's a good
Yeah.
boundary. No, it's a
She
good
tried to
cover.
lap it, but she'd get two. So
Yeah.
41 is 26 right now.
So I think
Sometimes, yeah.
I think once you have the likes of Kiran Navgire, Simran Sheikh, Sheza Sherawat, everyone to play these kind of games more, they realize what all are their options under pressure, that what is their go-to shot. They'll build their game and then they'll not take those risks. Till
Yeah.
the time you're not getting there in terms of your game awareness and everything, then, and also it's about who the other end. She could easily get, now that's a full toss. And she's
Oh,
got
that
another
was a
wicket.
big ball. It was the penultimate
So-
ball of Chika Pandey's over, and she concedes four. It was not such a bad ball, Nix, but she still gets four. That's the quality of Siva,
And
right?
and see, eventually you're always bowling to a perception. You
Yeah.
have to remember, if you're bowling to a local batter, you are going to think very differently. You're going to bowl to a Nat Siva, you are going to bowl very differently, no matter however they've gone on the day. Because you, at the back of the mind, you're always aware that if I miss, they will not miss.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into place. So hopefully these are good lessons for others to learn. Is that
oh,
It was nearly, I mean, it was a slow ball, but it was batted into the
but
surface.
that's a great line. You're always bowling to a perception. That's a great line. I'm just
Tweet kar
thinking
le,
about it.
bhai. Tweet kar le.
नहीं, I don't aggregate stuff. Original thoughts, and if I post something which is said by anyone, or if it's someone else's view, then I give them the due credit.
Okay, fine. The timeout's happening, and it makes us think about the next 4 overs, guys. 37 of 24. Normally, as a Bangalore fan, and the past experiences tell me that there is still life in these kind of games, but that's the Bangalore fan in me talking. Right now, Delhi have a little bit more to do, and Somesh raises another good point, saying tricky for Delhi since Jonathan has only 1 over left. That over can decide the game. Essentially, next, Gurkirat Vaishali, what are we looking at here? Because you look at the bowling options that Delhi have. How will they kind of spread these 4 overs out? We'll start with Gurkirat, Vaishali, and then Nix.
See, more than that, I think from a Mumbai point of view, the 2 overs are of 2 overs of capsy are those which I think they look to take down. I think if, because Jonathan has been bowling well, they'll probably just look to take as little of a risk as possible. If I was there in Meg Lanning's position, I'll probably ball Jonathan first, then Capsy, then then Shikha Pandey, and the last over being bowled by Capsy. Because I feel at this point of time, among the three bowlers remaining, Capsy is probably the most Capsy is the one who's more prone to be hit by these two batters, given how well Harman plays spin. So there's that's my reading.
Yeah, Capsy's
No,
bowled 2 overs for 16. Shika
yeah,
Pandey has another over. She's gone for 18.
yeah.
Next, who they're throwing the ball to. And also, Shorak, if you're watching, my food has arrived. Can you please pick up? Thanks a ton. Sorry, next, go on.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely go to Jess first. Very interested to see if they do try Arundhati. I think it's too late. But if there is a clear plan that they want to execute, maybe they'll want to take that punt with Arundhati, because they will take on Alice Capsey. There's no doubt about that. So I think they'll probably put Jess first, see if she can take a wicket. If she can take a wicket, then it's easier to get Alice Capsey on, depending on who's on strike and all of that. So I think the next over is very critical. The required rate is now 9.25. It's
Yeah,
gone
and
from
because because there are not a lot of options
Yeah.
either. So even if there is not a wicket, and if you don't bowl Capsy in the
Oh, she's
18th,
got
then it
Capsey
means,
now.
yeah, I'm not so sure if I agree with this.
Yeah, this could be the over then that gets the game. It's either
Yeah.
like 12 runs or 1 wicket.
Sorry, speaking of devious calls, we didn't have one here. It was my fault this time around.
12 runs or
Is
1
it,
wicket.
is it one of your fans?
No, it was not Imran Khan, but someone else. Oh, come on! It is. It's absolute chaos. It's suicidal. Some would say, if you're a Mumbai fan watching this,
both
because
Both captains got run out.
and
Both
Rohit
captains
is.
got run out in the final, and why would you do that?
Oh my God! Are we seeing the game twist or what? And how often in any game of cricket does a drinks interval or the stoppage in play result in a dismissal?
That's
And it
out.
was this time as well. 95 for 2 becomes 95 for 3. More importantly, it's the captain which walks back to the pavilion. I've got my food, but I might not have my hair by the looks of this game.
No, you
37
didn't
30, 37 23 right now, ladies and gents. How's it going to go? And more importantly, will they take a punt to send Izzy Wong right
Izzy
now? I
Wong.
know it's outrageous.
Easy Wong should come in.
And then save Amelia Careful
Yeah,
later.
Easy Wong should come in. I think so, yeah. Easy Wong should come
Okay,
in.
love it. Jess Jonathan loved it. Radha Yadav loved it. The
But
fact
why,
that they,
Harman? That wasn't great.
I mean, again,
But
it's
I think
such
there was a great.
yeah,
But I think this is less suicidal than actually very great fielding, if you see, because
that is true.
she didn't expect her to like go down so quickly and get the ball released.
No, but you look at how far was she out? I mean, despite the dive, she was some distance short.
Yeah, but it's also
Despite the
directed.
dive.
I mean, that throw is also good. So
What is it with
unless-
runouts and Harman? What is it with runouts and Gurkirat? Because he keeps saying, do not do these dumb things in the game of cricket, but they keep doing it, Gurkirat. They just keep doing it.
I honestly think this is something which is built into you from very junior cricket, wherein the focus to rotate the strike is far more rather than to look for boundaries, because the perception is rotating strike doesn't have as much risk. But
Yeah.
we've looked at these runouts. How can you tell me that they don't have more risks than going for a boundary? And the reward, what is the reward?
Oh, she's got a little bit of bat on that, and she'll get 4. Nat Siver. It was a very, very good ball. That, make no mistake. She's maybe counts herself a little lucky as well for getting a little bit of a
Yeah,
bat on that to get for 4. Otherwise, she would have been plumb, Vaishali.
that's right.
Honestly. And Jay going on to say, out of these 4, only 1 was happy. The rest of all 3 were disappointed. Who? Who are you
was
talking
it?
about?
I think you?
You.
No, I was doing this.
Of course.
Oh, why will I be happy?
Only
He's
1
talking
was
about
happy.
this.
I was happy because I was calling the game. I have nothing in terms of dislike about this Mumbai batting show. 100 comes up with that. She wants to. She's not going to get it for sure. So
No more runouts, please.
32 of 22. Sorry, 32 of 21 now. And Amelia Kerr and Nat Silver Brunt, they have to get it over the line. Remember, they still have Izzy Wong, Pooja Vastrakar, the players that haven't been used by Mumbai, and
Amanjot.
Amanjot, Humera. So look, still a lot of batting to come, but how are they running for these singles? Shika Pandey has already taken a stunner in this year's tournament in terms of the catch. She's had a great day, but now she's instigated the run out of her Indian captain. And Rohit Sharma, funnily enough, and Surya Kumar Yadav saw that in the replay and they were like, Kya kar rahi hai yaar? What are they doing? 101 for 3, 16.4. Keep the subscriptions coming and the likes. And of course, tell us who you guys are supporting in the comments below. Are you Team Vaishali, aka Mumbai? Are you Team Hair, aka me and Gukirat in this stage? Or you Team Gukirat with Delhi, of course. Yeah, I was.
Oh, what a shot!
From Nat Seva. Nat Seva is showing why she's such a good exponent of the sweep, be it the reverse or the proper traditional sweep. She gets 4 more. And this,
Yeah, but
out of all her innings, is a great one. Yeah, Nick, sorry.
so I called 12 runs and a wicket. We've got 10, and we've also got a wicket.
That is true. That's
So,
honestly.
but I still think this over should have been bowled by Jess Jonathan and not Alice Capsey. I mean, you
agree.
after this, if you get Jess Jonathan to bowl the next over and she bowls a tight one, the game is suddenly there is still something to play for in the game. Here also there is something to play for, but now
It's
you need Skiver to get out.
For sure. So 11 essentially of that over
Yeah.
and the important wicket that Delhi wanted. It's 106 for 3. They still need 26 in the last 3. They still have 1 over of Shikhar Pandey. They still have 1 over of Jess Jonathan and 1 over of Alice Capsey. So is it going to be Pandey, Capsey, Jonathan or Jonathan, Pandey,
I
Capsey
think Capsy would like to have at the end.
in the last over?
Yeah, and now I think you can give it to Shikha Pandey.
Okay, I agree with you. Gurkirat, Shikhar Pandey or Jonathan?
Uh, a very tough call. I know that Capsy will bowl the last over for me. I'd probably go. I'd probably go Shikha Pandey. Maybe Shikha Pandey, Jonathan, I mean, yeah, between Jonathan and Shikha Pandey, can't make a decision right now. But last one is for Capsy for sure. Maybe Jonathan, because I feel
Or
Jonathan
do
has
they have
bowled a
some
little.
19th over death specialist in
No,
Arundhati
okay,
Reddy?
okay. I'll stick with Jonathan because I think Jonathan will not provide the pace which Skiver needs,
It's
which Shikha
Shikhar.
Pandey can. Which Shikha
It's
can.
Shikhar, and she's being swatted away, but that's brilliant fielding from Radha, who'll pull it back for just 2. Meanwhile, Chachand going on to say Nat Siva is the Ben Stokes of women's cricket, proper clutch player. Makes a good question that. Who's the best English all-rounder? Ben Stokes or Nat Siva?
It's not even a question. Nat Sever
It's her.
hands down.
Hands down. She's won a World Cup.
Yeah, but Ben Stokes is more. Let's not get there. We'll discuss it some other time.
I wonder if Sam Mendes will make a movie on Nat Siva. He should. Siva has been doing well with the ball, even if she doesn't contribute with the bat, saying Basant Narayan. 23 of 16. Seka is nervous. The rest of the lads, sorry, the ladies are nervous, I should say. But I think it's obviously, like Crit Lyrics, it's saying on the cricket.com app, 71% Mumbai to win this. So let's see how it all goes right now. Imagine if they randomly throw the ball to Shefali.
That is, she's Meg Lenny.
Yeah, she's not Herman.
She won't do that.
Yeah, and Herman was lucky with it when she did it.
Yeah.
But Meg Lanning likes to use many options. I think she has actually in one game she has actually bowled out like 7 or 8 players in the Australian team. But then obviously she knows that they have
Typical of a team in yellow to play with 10,000 options.
But then given the fact that she has not even used Arundhati Reddy so far, so I don't think so.
By the way, sorry, because I was just
I
kind of
don't think Reddy's bowling now.
Oh, it's a single. Yeah, I don't think she. Ooh, it's another dodgy single, but they'll take it.
I don't think Arundhati is bowling now. I think after this would be Jonathan and Capsy for me. But I have a feeling that Meg Lanning would go for Capsy and then Jonathan.
Okay, let's see how that goes. 22-15. Of course, keep your comments coming through. We'll be there for the next 10-15 minutes. It's been an enthralling tournament and an even better final, some would say. And still, really going down to the wire. So all you guys really appreciate it to make your presence felt in the comments below.
This ball is very important.
It is.
And boundary should come off it, I guess.
I'll probably be Nat Siva's slowest ever T20 50 if she gets there. Because 48 of 49.
That is Yusuf Pathan.
That's Yusuf Pathan. She goes through covers, run, important and precious dot ball, 22 of 14 then, lads. It's coming down to the wire. And it makes you think. And by the way, I was just looking at the crowd and I absolutely love the fact that it is seemingly packed to the rafters in the Brabant. And this can only do the game wonders. Sorry to sound like all cliched and old school, but it's true. 22-14 with the back crowd. You can't get better. Nat Siver, she's looking for the boundary. She did get a boundary in the penultimate ball of Shika's last over. This time, just a single on the onside. So 21 of 13. And Nat Siver has given this ball essentially to Amelia Kerr. Next,
This is
Gurpreet Mitali, is this a free hit essentially?
yeah. It is a free hit. It's either a boundary or maybe a
So
wicket.
what are options? Inside out?
She doesn't
See,
have to
depends
go
on the
over covers. I think she'll probably look to go straight. I don't think she'll lag.
depends on the length. I think Shikha Pandey is smart enough to not give any room. Uh, either I mean, and not bowl a short length, a short of length delivery. I think Shikha Pandey would like to go full towards the leg stump so that the boundary option is only to hit towards the leg side.
Oh, that's brilliant. You know what, Shikha Pandey, take a bow because you've had a glorious evening and you must have already kind of contributed to your team's victory in case I don't jinx it. Shonak, if you can just touch the TV right now because the power off, please press any key to cancel is going off. If you can just touch the TV because it can't get up. And he does it. But yeah, best game coming on the final day saying Jay. 20, what an over. I mean, just 6 of that over. And it makes you think how this game is all going to
Press the
unfold.
button on the TV. Sure.
By the way, guys, tell me, Ani, if you're listening, how much Delhi got in their last 2 overs or 3 overs? 30, 35, 40? I'm guessing. Oh, this could be an absolute anti-climax if there ever was, because the watch-along... Oh, the TV's back on. For a second, the TV went off with the most important
They
part
got
of the
36 of the last 2.
They got 36 of the last 2, which is absolutely diabolical from a Mumbai perspective. But nevertheless, there's a boundary here. There is a boundary for Mumbai.
Yeah, it's a boundary.
They'll take that. They will take that all day long. Luckily, the cricket.com office has 4 TVs, which I could see one off. So, look, essentially, that's a brilliant 50 from Nat Siver. And I think she might also be in contention for the orange cap. I'm not too sure about that, but we'll confirm in just a bit. But Nat Siver right now, 53 and not out of 52. Jess Jonathan defending 17 of 11. Here we go. It has to happen right now for Delhi. Otherwise, it's probably going to be Mumbai just creeping across the line. 16 of 10 then. What is Amelia Kerr going to do, Gurkirat? Hero or zero? Hero
The
shot?
shot. Hit the shot. Just that.
Or just give her a strike. Honestly, superb from Shikha going on to say Somesh bowling to the field. Hardly anything batters could have done. Fully agree, my friend. And the fact that everything's worked for her tonight. She's run out India's captain. That final flourish with the bat, bowled exceptionally well as well. So with Shikha Pandey's night, is she the best Pandey in Indian cricket? That's a good question. Honestly, better than Manish. Shikha Pandey and Radha Yadav giving their best on the most important night, saying Chachant. Absolutely, for
That's
sure.
right. With the bat. Definitely.
So 16 of 10, it just boils
Hit the
down to
shot.
this. Oh, she's gone, long gone, but there is a fielder there, surely.
Oh, it
Will be plugged back in by Jemmy, and they'll run 2. It was deep mid wicket who actually in business, but there was no deep mid wicket per se. 14 of 9. This is what we love. Gurkirat, 1 second. 1 hour and 22 minutes ago, you were just like, no, bro, it's the hope which kills you and all that. Right now, you can sniff it. I know you can't touch it, you can sniff it.
No. I think
Oh, she's gone again. She's gone again. And it's 4. It's 4.
You should just go for it. That's all.
Meg Lanning was thinking, should have got mid-wicket after that shot. But look, in retrospect, she might have think about that a lot. But look, 122 for 3, 10 of 8 right now. And surely now.
One more boundary.
One more boundary.
One more boundary.
One more boundary, and then
But
I can at least breathe easy about my hair being intact for the men's tournament.
no. If
I don't
Delhi
think
need a
What?
If-
I don't think they need a boundary now.
yeah.
So
If Delhi need to be in the game, they need 2 dot balls. Simple.
Yeah, sure. Tepe Swami Senior, what a match. Wow. Tepe Swami, I know you're new because we've never taken a comment from you. So subscribe if you're watching for the first time and tell some friends. And we're Bangalore based. I'm guessing you're from Bangalore as well. So both saying, Amelia, love you, champion. She goes through the offside. She gets four. Amelia Kerr, well. She just won the award at the New Zealand Cricket Awards for the best women's player out there for her country. Now, well, that is pleased Jay Shah. That is pleased Jay Shah. And he's not a very easy man to please, right, Gokira? You worked with Jay before. He's a charming man.
Not work for you.
What? Don't be shy. But jokes apart, Gokira, this was the over because you called it. They wanted Jonathan, but they've taken her down. And Meg Lanning and Jonathan won't be friends after this match, I'm guessing. Ooh, another run out? No. So 5 of 6, and Mumbai got the job. They've honestly secured it. Julan's happy, Neeta's happy, Akash is happy. I mean, Rohit's happy. Essentially, Mumbai Mary Jaan is what Twitter's saying right now. Gurkira's jumping on that bandwagon. So he can say something, I'm guessing. What's your tweet? What's your powerful tweet of the day, Gurkira? Give us a little early one.
No, there's no powerful tweet. I'm just going to say this was expected.
This is expected, so to say.
Yeah.
Vishali, are you thrilled? You've seen everything. The first ever women's tournament, your beloved Mumbai winning, some great youngsters being unearthed this tournament. It's a perfect
100%.
one for you. No,
Sorry.
Jasya.
No Jasi Akhtar. That's
Yeah.
I was just getting there. No Jasi Akhtar.
I don't know. I want to know what Nikhil feels about it, because I heard Bishan when I was joining from the comment section. I still feel that Delhi should have bowled first. I really didn't understand that why they chose to bat first with only 6 batters. It's something that I can't really make sense of.
I think it was fair. They wanted to back their best. The suit is bowling, weaker is the batting. They wanted the batters to bat without the pressure of a chase. And see, to be honest, that result from that Jonathan and not Jonathan, the Shikha Pandey and Radha partnership told us that they only needed 15-20 more here. You did not need 170, 180. So it was just about one of the top 4 just holding themselves back a bit more.
Yeah.
That run out, I think, just put the mockers on them, to be very honest.
For that reason only, I think, because you sometimes don't know what is the power score, and with a
but then
with a
I think
short
Lanning,
batting lineup.
I think you can trust Lanning to know that you're not going to over target. And she wasn't. I mean, we all saw the game. She was batting at the right pace. It was just that one run out that just spiraled the innings completely the other way. And see, to be honest, to Delhi, they got 3 wickets on the full toss. Not every day it is going to happen that you'll lose your top 3 to 3 full tosses. So
No, absolutely. And Jay, agree with you in the comments as well, where the women's tournament has been absolute success. Capitalize all of those letters over there. It comes down to the 5 balls to decide the tournament winner, which is what we always love. 4 runs required. It'll be fitting in many ways for Nat Siva to kind of really, apply the sheen of it for Mumbai. The women's team are ready in the dugout. The owners are thrilled. The men's team are watching along as well. It really is a perfect night if you're a Mumbai fan. 128 for 3. Remember, chasing 132. Can they finish it off right now? Capsey to Siva. It's a hoik on the leg side, which will just be 1, or they might come back. Yes,
They are coming back for 2 and they've done it.
No, there's still 2 more. Still 2 more. Seka's
They've
thrilled.
done it. I mean,
100% they've done it. Rohit knows it as well.
they ran too.
So finally, Harman getting the wood over Lanning in a final. Harman winning a tournament.
Please say it after 2 runs.
No, I'll say it. I can say it now. Surely there's no Mushfiqur Rahim in Nat Siva. She can't cock it up from here. Can she? Gurkira? It's the hope that kills you.
I don't think now a Mushikur is happening.
I know
But yeah,
another
good to-
man in office will be sad right now. And Shubh, he was eating vada pav. I don't know why he chose vada pav. It's ironic because it's Mumbai's staple food. But
Maybe it was his way of trying to reverse jinx.
reverse psychology. Sometimes Shubh. I mean, I don't know if you're watching. Give us a like, my friend. Anyway, are these the winning runs? Surely it has to be. Oh, it's a cheeky little sweep. And those will be the memories Mumbai will take. Well done. Honestly, Mumbai win the first ever women's competition. Ambani's elated. Nat Siva take an absolute bow. And for her to do it the fashion she's done it in is honestly, can't even explain. First words to, of course, Nix and then Gurkirat and Vaishali. Nix, talk to me, my friend, because We're literally witnessing history being written.
Yeah, and Mumbai will be delighted. This is probably the first of the many titles that they will win. And the
Yeah.
reason for that is the core. It's the core that they have, and the core is performed in regularly. You had Matthews to begin with. She took wickets, kept scoring at the start. You had Saika Ishak taking wickets. Midway through the game, you saw Harmanpreet come into the picture. You saw Izzy Wong get into the game very regularly, and that's what you want. One or two players can't win you tournaments. It's the team that wins you the tournaments where you have different players stepping at a different intervals. Amelia Kerr also got into her own the moment the deck started to tire. So you could see they had a couple of mishaps which we discussed where came at the right time for them. I still think they could have used people better. I mean, Amarjot Kaur, Jintimani Kalita, everybody they had a. It was a good time for them to learn, but that's what you are part of the champion size because they had the core of all rounder is so strong that they almost never needed them only in the last few games. They only needed in the last few games to do that job. And on the big day, they stuck to their guns, stuck to the full toss for Wong. It worked
Yeah.
out, and Nat Siva just kudos to the best all rounder that there is in this system. I feel.
Brilliant. Honestly, seventh heaven, winning by 7 wickets. And Mumbai, I'll tell you what, I mean, who would have thought that they're the team to lift the title would be the one with no strain in it, is what Somesh going on to say. And it's something to really take note of, Shali. I mean, in about 15, 20 years' time, you'll be narrating this story, this watch along to, I don't know, hopefully family and friends, but you're part of it. The fact that you've seen it in this watch along, your biggest takeaway from a Mumbai fan
Just
first.
want to correct you. Hopefully, narrating the story inside the stadium, covering the game.
And covering the game.
Yeah, that's
But
what I wish for.
but how happy are you on one scale of
I'm
1 to 10 right now?
absolutely delighted. I wanted Mumbai to win it. They won it, but more than that, the WPL was a success. It happened,
Yeah.
and we got to see new talents which we were reading about or seeing in the domestic circuit, and the opportunity to share the dressing room with the legends like Meg Lanning and all of it. It's awesome. And for Mumbai, like I think they had different match winners on different games, and that's the strength for any team, and that is the reason they are the winners today. No one would have thought at the start that Mumbai has the potential to win it, but the way they have planned their auction, they got the all rounders and all in it. I think Mumbai deserved thoroughly the way they've enjoyed and the way they've played the tournament,
Yeah.
dominated every team. Just the two off games, but I think that has to happen so that you can go back, don't go overconfident, and see what are you doing. So that was important. But then absolutely delighted the way WPL has happened and Mumbai winning it.
For sure. I mean, it's almost a perfect night for people like Vaishali, 100%. I can at least breathe because my hair remains intact. But Gurkirat, coming to you right now, and jokes apart, look, we might really poke a little fun at Mumbai fans saying, yeah, it's all about the money and the Geo and the Ambanis. But look, they've done their diligence in the auction. They got some amazing match winners. They got Haley at a steal. They got Izzy Wong at a steal. It's also about research and doing your due diligence properly. And right now it's coming to fruition, right? So unarguably the winners and unarguably the team possessing the most match winners, it's fair to say, right, Gurkirat?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, they had a lot of bases covered. Uh, Delhi, we knew that lacked the batting depth, and there is something that happens when a player goes into the Mumbai setup. You see someone like Yastika Bhatia. She's really done so well for them, and I don't think anyone would have foreseen that happening. So there's that, and then obviously experienced big match players. They had pretty much everything. So I'm not surprised that they've come out on top today. You could say that I am being cynical, but yeah, I didn't have a lot of hopes from Delhi, even
No, it's a
after
tough
their.
one to take. It's a tough one to
No,
take
no,
from Delhi.
I'm telling you, after the 2021 IPL campaign, no disappointment of Delhi moves me. I am prepared for it. So I just didn't think that that Delhi would come out on top. You could say it was being the cynicism in me or a gut feeling, but yeah, I just felt from the word go that Mumbai was going to come out on top.
For sure. I mean, no prizes for guessing. I'm guessing the man of the, I mean, the player of the match, which is Nat Siva. I'm guessing the player of the tournament could be
Haley
Haley
Matthews.
Matthews.
Even let's see
Yeah,
when.
yeah.
And who would have thought,
That's
Nix? I
cool.
mean, for her, for someone like her to get, the purple cap, she might be there in that race, but for her to actually win it eventually is quite ridiculous, right?
Yeah, and it also tells you the depth that Mumbai had. And again, I think just to add to the Jastika point, see, it's the usage. I think
Yeah.
throughout the league, I've use this word very often. It's the usage of players, and you see how they've had an Indian spot, an overseas spot, an Indian spot, an overseas spot. So that's where you're giving them the freedom that it's. See, it's okay. Like in the eliminator, it was okay for Jastika Bhatia to fail because you wouldn't expect her to do well. So that just liberates the player that okay, there is lesser expectations and lesser pressure on me. So let me go out there and play do my best. And that when you are comparing to say a 5 man or a six player batting attack, there is a lot of pressure on you to deliver because you know if you don't do it, there's nobody else to do it. So I
Yeah.
think which is why the entire setup matters that you have the experience and it's like if they don't get you with the bat, they'll get you with the ball. Nat Silver for most part of today was so far behind the rate that you could see that if they get her out, it could potentially be a match losing inning. But that's why you can't. I mean, Mumbai literally bought experience, so that's what you want on the big days to not wilt under pressure, to know that you have it in you, and to ensure that you are at the top of the game. That okay, I know what is needed to get through, and that's what it's done. I think kudos also to Harmanpreet. I think her captaincy right through the tournament was very good. She took the most of the calls right. I don't think they used many players as well. So it was a settled squad. Everybody knew their roles well, and Harman was able to bat freely. I think that is a very big positive to take out for me from an Indian perspective because rest others, I knew Shika Pandey will do well. Like we've been wanting her back in the setup for a while, but Harmanpreet doing well augurs well for the national side as well.
It does. I mean, there's endless positives for, of course, Mumbai, and they will celebrate. And why not? Because they essentially are deserved winners of the first ever Women's T20 League. Vaishali, thank you so much for your time throughout the watch alongs. You've been an absolute sport. And this whole women's cricket season is culminated beautifully. We saw the World Cup. Unfortunately, it wasn't India's, but we saw the women's T20, and we all made it so happy right now. Appreciate your time for the watch alongs. We'll see more of Vaishali, of course, in due course. And Nix and Gurkirat, we'll see you guys soon because it's bubbling up nicely to that men's tournament, which starts, of course, on Friday. There'll be more banter, more watch alongs, more fun on cricket.com. But thank you guys so much for making this watch along a success throughout the tournament and on a night like this where Mumbai have won by 7 wickets and right now can proudly say they're the first ever winners of the Women's T20 League. I'm Avnish Hegde. It's a goodbye and good night from all
Thank
of
you
us here at
everyone
the
for
cricket.com
watching.
office. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like the show. There's plenty of other things that you like, including a studio, a brand new one, which will come your way in the next watch along. Until then, it's a goodbye and a good night.